Working now. Okay.
What does your audience think?
About on par.
The audience is waiting.
The audience goes, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working now. It's fixed. It was just not actually showing my screen that I normally stream it with. It was just being weird.
There.
Oh, now it's like 8-minute odds.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
And it's 2 viewers, Chris.
Technically, we are difficult.
We are very difficult, let's be honest.
I mean, I don't have a technical difficulty screen. I've got a be right back screen.
You should
That's
have a
good
technical
enough.
Yeah, the technical difficulty one is basically copywritten anyway.
Yeah. Well, it depends on. Like, I'll probably make one with fuck you, like breaking shit.
It's just Alvina and fuck you just looking at a PC and kicking it
No.
occasionally.
I know what it has to be. It has to be fuck you in his room with his poster board of what he's. That's his technical difficulty. He doesn't know what who's going to torture next.
No, I've got the perfect one. It's Zormir looking
an
in
idea.
through a door at fuck you just sitting down in a room and occasionally just like fuck you is punching just this bit of technology and Zormir just goes from like looking in calmly to panic.
All I imagine in
I
that
have another
point is Grogu pressing a button in Mandalorian ship.
Just turn it off.
I have another one. It's Spooky and Assassin debating which way up because they're rebuilding the professor, and it's like the head's on backwards. Technical difficulties. Just three arms for no reason.
It could be.
Trust
I'm
fuck you.
I'm just
Left
realised-
on the left
you know,
side.
no, you know what would be a good one? Would actually be the professor, and it's just like a professor leading a bunch of innocent civilians, and then a fireball just coming in.
To be honest, I was just going to say a pit with the professor was here.
There's many different technical difficulties, ones that we could do.
Yeah.
It could be TR with his deity in a head.
Just Gwen with his deity. Gwen's just choking out his deity. That'd be a good one. I really like that one, actually.
Lou trying to explain not to just Eldritch Blast everywhere.
Oh no, it's Lou explained to the cultists. It's gonna be like a 3-bit little like sequence, so it can be just done.
Oh no,
quickly
I
with
just
it.
saw them like all cross-legged on the floor in front of me. He's got like a teacher's hat on. Good.
Yeah, he's
Eldritch
doing that.
Blast Safety
It's like
101.
Blackboard, and it's that, and then the last one is just them all firing off at the ceiling. And Lou's just hiding under a table.
It's a safe space.
Now we've got the Alvina one. Alvina chasing after wild boar. Technical difficulties. It's not in her mouth yet.
It's just Alfie. It's technical That's the be right back. That's the be right back screen.
Yeah.
Is Alvina just
Okay, I have a
chasing
second
down
one.
some random animal with a knife and fork and a
Just
bib?
getting a snack.
I have a second one.
Go.
Either the Point and Merida, Point bot, dressed as the little girl and the puppet thing from those old BBC end of day
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
No.
Assassin under tentacle.
Ugh.
Did we get the other stream up?
Yes, we have.
Okay, we want to get going.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
All right, switch us live then. Let's go.
Cool. Here we are.
Alrighty, welcome back to another exciting episode of The World of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere. For today's session, episode 45, Firestar 45, part 2. The party's finally on the ship, and they have successfully not been discovered, having defeated all of the guards that were in the storage room with them when they got onto the ship.
Having walled off the button.
Having
Real.
walled off that button. And then chase them around a bunch of storage racks. And they now have to make the decision of do they go through the small, relatively cramped ventilation system in the ship, a ventilation ship that, as has been rightly pointed out by those with higher intelligence in the party, you're unsure of the cleaning methodology of these vents and any dangers that might be lurking in the confined, squeezed space that you would be crawling through.
Still convinced it's a news.
Or do you go out the large stone cave-like doors into the corridors of the ship and attempt to sneak through undetected while you attempt to locate the central control room of this massive floating island-shaped ship? Only time will tell. Let's quickly introduce everyone. We are without The Point and Assassin this week, but we have everyone else. Wolfie, say hi.
Howdy!
Zormir, say hi.
Hi.
Fukyu, say hi.
Hello there.
Gwent, say hi.
Hey.
Hultmaster Lou, say hi.
Hey.
And Fade, say hi.
Howdy?
And last but not least, I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for today.
I love
So-
that, I love that. I just want to say, I love that Lou's starting his rap career. Apparently, that's what it sounds like.
Quite possibly. We return to the storage room upon the what appears to be some sort of royal astral ship. I'm just going to call it an astral ship for now. And you've successfully walled off the button. You've successfully defeated and taken prisoner any of the guards that you would like to. And this has just been moments after the fight. You've been able to quickly heal up or use any actions that you'd like. You've not short rested just yet, as you are on a very time-sensitive mission. You probably only have an hour or two at most. So any short rest would use up a decent chunk of your time allocation. Assuming you want to get away before the any mass of shore leave fire guards or the royal princess herself returns to the ship. Now, previously you've discovered the vent in the bottom south of the room. That was a possibility of leaving, or there is the large stone doors to the left that look to lead out into the corridor. Stone doors that kind of just move at a push. There is you've been able to kind of test them out and pull them up a little bit and have a little peek out, and you've confirmed that there are corridors on other sides. So that is information you have for deliberation. You've also previously discovered 4 troll vat heads in the office of the guard sergeant.
Yep.
Which has not been split amongst the party members in order to be noted down.
Hooray!
That is where we resume.
My
So,
first loot.
in order to get a move on, what would you guys like to do as you discuss what the party does next?
think
Can
we
I just
probably
do
want a
2
couple
things
of-
before anybody starts?
Yep,
Okay. Channel Divinity, Alvina, and Fuck You both get 20 hit points.
Thank you.
Oh, nice, thank you.
And then I'm going to use my equip point, and everybody gets 20 temp hit points and a d8.
Nice.
Nice.
20.
So everybody's
Takes me above
back
100.
up.
Yeah,
So as
hero,
much as
hero
they can.
die. That's what I've got it written down as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Did
you.
we want to grab a couple of these cinder plates armors?
I don't think we can carry them really.
I mean,
I mean, if we're
we're
stealing the ship, they're going to be on the ship, so
Yeah.
we can leave them here, come back here later.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
a quick investigation does reveal that while they do not count as magical armor, so they would not shrink down to your size for use, they do count as the rare material cinder plate, and can be used as a material and input source for any smithery checks using cinder plate.
Ooh.
Cool.
Something for the future, but nothing to note just now.
Yeah, I'll at least then take a big chunk, like probably they're size large, right?
They are sarge. Yes, yes. They are size large. Probably too kind of wide to fit into a bag of holding
Yeah.
gap. So you would have to carry them. But it might be worth noting of like you can put them in a box and carry the box. If you're going out the corridor, you probably wouldn't be able to drag them through the vents with you without seriously impinging your movement.
I've just thought, can I just take a big chunk out of one? Like, if I really put my back into it, can I just, like, wrench off a big shoulder pad or something?
Can I do something before you start doing that?
Okay, before I start ripping pieces to pieces.
If you start, as I see you start to go
just like
your looting session.
just like,
I would say Alvina and Zormir stash the bodies in the office so that if anyone just looks in, then they're not seeing like dead bodies lying around the
good
place.
call. I'll get to that.
And we prop them up to
Dormir.
make like they're playing cards or something.
Dormir wants to start issuing out orders now because
you've got an idea.
got a plan and it's sort of a.
And also, no, the incorporeal flame that is being held together by sheer force of the elemental's will is just currently a flaming pool of fire on the ground.
Can I manipulate that with my manipulate flame, Pyromancy? Just to like pick them up and move them?
You seem to be able to like manipulate the wisps of flame coming off them, but the actual main bodies seem to not register as flame, but as some form of living fire.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I thought, worth a try. Just use it to
if they're living some sort of living fire, can I get sod off to eat them?
We've tried that.
Wait.
You can, but it will take a large time, and there would be no mechanical benefit.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Fair enough.
It'd be the equivalent of getting your pet frog to eat a large creature.
Can sod off touch them and move them?
Ooh.
If Sawed-Off wasn't a small flaming child and actually had any strength modifier, yes. Unfortunately, they are weak and puny.
Too weak.
Fair enough.
Worth a try again. Yes, go
Right.
for it, zombie.
We need to start moving quickly. You! Pointing straight at Fate. And this fucking assassin. Find any information in the heads. Find any information in the head for the layout of this damn ship so we know where we're going. Alvina,
Yo.
can you check out the vents so we know what we're working with? Because I don't know what's going to be in there and if it's going to be big enough for us to actually maneuver. We do have larger companions as well and quite a lot of us. So I need... And Lou!
They just got cracked my back
Halt!
as I walk over there. Lose army!
Brother Grimm, whatever the fuck they are, guard the damn door. Make sure nothing comes in. If anything comes in, you can go Eldritch Blast them. Just don't kill each other.
Or us.
Definitely not us. And we will be having words, Lou, at some point.
Try to keep it down.
Can you also...
Whole ship on alert immediately.
Yes. Wait, also, if you could extract enough information on the most important person here, who's probably flying this vessel, and fuck you, can you scry? Or do you have the ability to scry?
Scry needs...
Or does anyone here have the ability to scry?
I can scry.
Who?
I used to, but I feel like I forgot.
I could if I hadn't used all my big spells.
Also, isn't Scry is a person, isn't it?
Yes,
but
scrying is for a person.
We know who the fuck is going to be there.
That's why I'm wanting Fate to try and dig the knowledge out of these unconscious bodies. That's why I had people knock them out rather than kill them.
I can't do that. I deal with the soul, not the mind. Yeah, you want someone to...
Assassin, you tear out their brains.
Not the radiant, the person. You know, I forgot. But you know the one. The squid boy.
Yes.
The Federation or something, I can't remember.
Assassin, we will give you something good if you help us out with this.
You get all the memories of
unconscious creature.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't know the answer to that one.
Detect thoughts. Let's find out.
Can unconscious creatures consent? I don't think so.
I don't think the creature... It doesn't say anything about the creature has to be conscious.
No.
It just wouldn't... I guess you can look at its dreams on its surface, though. That was
It's
more
still
just
very
DM curiosity.
You can make wisdom saves while you're asleep.
Yeah.
So,
Huh?
yeah.
Doesn't say anything about have to be conscious.
Emotional state, unconscious.
They could be having a nightmare.
More dream invading.
All right. So what do we want to do first? Dive through the creature's minds.
I think that's a good bet.
As Assassin wakes up and stretches, dripping water, you can see as the water hits onto the ground, there's a small sizzling that comes off, and smell kind of lingers in the air of a little bit of coal or volcanic ash.
Ooh, gotta get some chicken eggs out here.
As they grumble and barter with you, eventually you're able to come. You eventually are able to strike a deal as they start going through the minds of these creatures as they sleep. You hear them occasionally as they're squatting over one of the creatures, giggling to themselves in some nefarious plot that they never seem to elaborate on until eventually they come waddling back to the party with their gains having shifted through the minds of the creatures. So what do you want to know? You get 3 questions.
Location of steering this ship.
To save us perhaps wasting some questions on information that I might be able to find, the manuscript and the records that I found last week in amongst the drawers. While Assassin is going through memories, can I go through drawers and this general sort of room and look for maps and?
Is there a very conveniently placed map?
Yeah,
not in this room.
Is there an
There is, just not in this room.
Network thing?
No, the primordials are very pen and paper.
Okay.
Unfortunately, all the information that you go through pretty much pertains to an inventory of what's in the room, the bulk of which, other than the scourge troll heads that were hidden away, is just basic inventory from down below, irons and ingots and stone and various types of materials, mostly raw ingredients, as this Ironforge was a resource outpost.
Well, with my maxed out intelligence and my literal robot brain, can I think of whatever, where the most likely place that would be, so that we don't use one of the questions on that?
The bridge.
Where what would be?
Like a filing room or where
Well,
is that kind of shit?
you currently don't have a map of the ship and would be unable to even make a guess since you have nothing to go on.
It's the size of an island.
Okay.
It could be fucking anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a small
okay.
town. You can
okay.
make your basic human guesses of probably somewhere high up, somewhere low down, or somewhere in the center. But until you've seen a map of the ship, you'd be unable to make those calculations.
So, nearest map would be good. If they don't know.
Do they just have a map in their brain?
Did they have a map in their brain?
Yeah. Do they know the layout of the ship?
Okay,
And
so I'll
can
give you
you
this.
send that-
I'll give this one for a freebie because it's not really
Can
a
you send
question.
me a-
But
send
I'm
me
not.
a-
I'm not going to I can see it, but I'm not going to describe a whole paragraph to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you can use one of your questions on where the nearest map is. I do have that, but that would be one of your 3 questions, pals. So, first question, please. Your meter is running.
I've said what my suggestion for the first question is. It's up to you guys what you want to do with them.
That's it. My idea for the first question was basically find out where you steer the ship from.
Is everyone happy with this?
I'm fine with the
yeah.
where's
If
the
we
bridge?
We can get that from the map.
From
as
the
well.
map. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find the bridge from the map.
Also, we can possibly
Can
find the
we-
map,
can we
find
use-
the bridge from Alvina as well,
Yeah.
potentially.
Can we use one question to find the nearest map, go to the map, and then bank the 2 questions that are left? We
Look,
use it a
guys,
later
I really want to go back for a nap, but if you insist, I'm gonna charge you extra for this, but I guess I can waddle with you for a little bit though. Then I'm going back for a nap because this place is really sticky and hot.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm sure Zome's got plenty on his tab already.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you want to know where the nearest map is? Is that your first question?
Yes.
Oh, I have a second question after we've done that one, by the way.
Nice.
All right. Well, if you head out of those large doors over there, because these guys don't use the ventilation for transport, so I don't have directions based on the ventilation system.
That's fair.
Surprise.
yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't get me the maintenance guy.
Ah.
You just got me some like run-of-the-mill guards, and they just patrol the corridors. But if you go out the corridors and you walk about north for 10 minutes and take a left, there's a giant I don't know what you call that. It's not really a mural. It's kind of like engraved into the wall. It's like they've carved the wall into the map. But there's a large map of the ship there.
Picture.
Well, I guess that's not really cinematic, is it?
True.
I mean, fuck you. Still technically looks like one of these elementals.
Just bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
are there any
It's not,
prisoners
it's not a
aboard that
concentration
might-
spell.
We could ask about if there's any prisoners aboard.
I was going to ask,
That might-
is there anything that lives in the vents that's the cleaner? But
Hmm.
Because it's not
I
a
wonder
maintenance guy, they probably won't know.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
yeah. I was wondering if it was
Hmm.
common knowledge of, oh yeah, this ship is cleaned by this monster that lives in the vents and eats everything.
I mean, also on the map, it'd probably show if there's a brig or anything like that.
Yeah, there definitely will be a.
And we'd be able to just go look just to see if there's any prisoners.
Also, there'll be a
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah,
No, you're not going to the bloody kitchen.
No, it's for future reference.
yeah.
Maybe then who's the captain or
No, because it
where
would
they
be
might be located?
the bridge, probably.
Because but that
Yeah.
I mean they might be off ship right now. I mean even knowing who the captain is, that'll give us something to go on for scry or whatnot.
And I won't be able to scry.
We still don't have
until a
scry,
couple
is
of
the
weeks.
problem.
Yeah.
No spell slots. Not got enough time to recover anything.
Fuck you. Would be willing to.
I believe Ali has a big spell.
What?
I believe Ali has a big spell there.
I don't think they have scry.
Yeah, but you don't know
Right.
that, so don't try and use your people's resources that aren't here. Focus on your own resources.
Yeah. I also don't think
Um,
the point has scry either. So-
Yeah, I don't think they've got any 5th level spells because they're multiclassed.
Mhm. They're fairly hefty
Yeah,
multi-class.
because fuck you still looks like one of these elementals, just small. And he's got fairly decent stealth. He's willing to go try find this map, and I'm just trying to think if I've got anything that would be able to like copy an image of it. 'Cause I
How's
don't
your memory?
think
And
so.
how are your drawing
mean-
skills?
I mean, drawing skills
Pretty
might be
keen
okay.
mind. I have a pretty keen mind, but I'm not good with art supplies.
That's a point. Fade could record the map, couldn't they? And they could project it out.
Yeah,
Also, does literally anyone have cartographer's supplies?
Zormir does.
Zormir does, because
hmm
or do you? Yeah, no, I
Yes.
don't have cards.
So we just
I do.
send the person with
You can read maps and draw maps.
You can draw maps to just to the place to draw the map, and then we have the map. All we need is a vantage point on it.
It's not just about reading the map. It's understanding.
And I
the
understand
layout.
maps.
Yeah, but it's like reading a map in a different language. These guys are not only speak a different language than you, but they also might do maps differently. I mean, we won't know until we see.
That,
the
that's
map. Sorry, I'm
that's not how maps work either.
I mean, it's very hard to make maps differently than anything else.
Yeah, that map is going to be the same shape. It might just have the different words, but I can read Infernal. So I can say what
Yeah.
the places are.
You're, by the way, you're
'Cause what-
translating for me because I'm still.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because
I forgot.
what
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
That's what I'm assuming.
Your thing.
Yeah. because what I'm thinking is if I polymorph Fade into something small that I can carry, carry them to the map, have them like look over it for a few minutes, and then come back and unpolymorph you. You would still have the memory of that.
Yeah, but the thing is, my intelligence would probably drop to about 4. I can just turn myself invisible,
Well, do you have the key in mind, Fee?
but my intelligence would be about 4
But-
if I were a polymorphed bug.
And it's the key in mind. You
I
have
wouldn't
perfect
be-
memory, regardless.
But I wouldn't be focusing on the map. I'd be like, what's that light source over there?
Well,
if I was, for
Something
instance,
small with fairly decent intelligence.
It doesn't
James,
have to be like.
Now you're overthinking that. Just look at the map and have your key might give you
Yeah.
like please, like you'd ever not just claim that in any other point.
I don't know.
You take a feat, man. You're allowed to have that one. If you want a perfect memory of looking at something, recalling it when you actually have intelligence later, I think that's very allowable.
Okay.
It's like you remember the picture. You don't know what it means as a
So
gecko.
it sounds like the party is temporarily splitting out and doing a little expedition out into the corridors with somebody who is particularly stealthy while polymorphing somebody who is not stealthy. Is that correct?
I think so.
Sounds good.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Fade, are you willing to be polymorphed?
I wonder if I can be. We'll give it a shot.
You're not a shapeshifter, are you?
You do not have anything mechanically that prevents you from being polymorphed, so let's go with yes.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Gonna hit guidance on fuck you before he
Like,
sneaks.
guys, I can keep like backstory secrets from you, but mechanically, I don't think the DM keeps anything from you.
It would be. It doesn't work.
Saying, if you don't know, then it probably doesn't exist.
Yeah. So I would polymorph you into a lizard,
The classic.
and just have you sat on my shoulder, and then just go wandering the halls trying to find this thing. I've probably only got about half hour, 20 minutes left on my change shape, or what do you call it?
It's stealth self?
Alter self.
Not all itself, just
Huh?
myself. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. When you transform it, DM, for flavor, can I still be different bits of different lizards?
a bit of a gecko, a chameleon,
A bearded dragon's
a
leg.
bearded dragon.
But still, it has a robot eye, and it freaks you all the fuck out. It looks horrible.
We assume fuck you did it on purpose.
Yeah, I assume fuck you did it on purpose. Completely
And
intentional.
the eye just constantly spins.
Yeah.
The
It's
tongue
one of
is the
those
wrong
chameleon-
shape.
It
Yeah.
looks like a googly eye that fuck you just stuck on a lizard.
100%. I allow this.
He's got half of a frilled lizard frill. Yeah.
As
Half
we
of a
go
frilled
over
lizard
here,
frill. It's still
fuck
one
you.
leg that's on fire.
Give me both a intelligent survival check as you follow the orders of Assassin to find the directions you're going.
May I assist you?
No,
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
lizard.
sorry. But I do have. Oh, and I don't have proficiency in survival. Fuck. Never mind.
And you'd also have the lizard stats as well.
Yeah, the lizard.
Oh, balls.
You've
I'll
got
look it
like
up.
one. Actually, you have 10 wisdom.
Yeah.
I think his wisdom isn't too bad.
Right, I'll roll that as a history because I've
Yep, works for me.
Lizard. I've got a +0 to hit with a bite.
13
It's a
survival.
success. Yep.
You've
But
got,
I do have dark vision.
You don't go in the opposite direction. Congratulations.
Just
Yeah.
reverse scores. What are you doing
Sorry.
back already?
So my intelligence just dropped by 19.
Yep.
Oh
Impressive.
my god.
So yeah, Alvina
You've never been so happy.
Hey, even I can outthink a lizard. I can't outthink every animal on polymorph. But a lizard I've
Most
got.
lizards.
A lizard
Most
I've got.
basically can't.
I basically went from Albert Einstein to Joey Essex.
Wow.
Yeah.
As you are making your way up the corridors, you can see again these large, slightly off-color segments of the wall denoting doors into various rooms as you walk across the obsidian flame-speckled ground. You hear the sound of two conversing fire guards making their way towards you. At least you would if I could actually find the damn icon so I could throw it on the map. Here you
I
go.
understand them. What are they saying?
You're a
They're
lizard.
talking in-
You're a lizard. You don't have.
Who
language.
knows? You'll
Oh,
remember.
languages.
You'll remember later.
Damn you.
As the two guards are patrolling their set path Fuck you, I need you to give me a stealth check
Stealth check.
as they begin making their way around the corner, and you have but mere moments to get out of line of sight.
Making the way.
Dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Dirty 20. Would you like to describe to the party how it is you stealth in this corridor? Are you doing some form of camouflage? Are you ducking into one of the other rooms? What are you doing as these guards pass?
Standing next to the wall with a
It's
lamp.
a lampshade.
It's a fire lamp. I'm not gonna lie, I was imagining the Kronk stealth.
I 100% was also imagining that. And the guards just going past, fuck you, not able to understand as they go, what's up with that guy? He's short. And he's making that don't look at him. He's probably some work
That's
experience kid.
Some strange decision of the dice. This works. The guards move on. You're able to continue up the path as you eventually get to this segment up here. Is there supposed to be something there I'm supposed to... What bit? What?
Is it a vent?
Shadow bit. No.
It's a thing.
It's a
It's a
thing.
big thing.
I'm given secret instructions that I don't understand.
Oh, that's concerning. I have been told something, but I don't understand what.
If this is like the mural thing that Assassin essentially kind of described, Fucky's gonna pick the lizard up off his shoulder and just point it at it, and just like
Look
like-
at.
yeah. Just like,
The lizard licks its own eye,
kind of
and then
like,
it
yeah.
turns its head all the way around to look at fuck you, and shrugs.
There. Fuku, give me a perception check.
Happy birthday, Bob.
This is not
Me going from 20 to 1.
Yeah, not good.
Ooh.
You notice nothing as you continue on. The camera stays momentarily, though, as your shadow lingers on the wall before it begins following you anew. Fuku is unaware if anything has transpired.
Okay.
As eventually you find the mural on the wall.
You've been
Look,
chased,
it's the map.
being chased out by fucking
Oh my
Peter
god, it's a
Pan.
giant map.
Can I roll for
Where
whatever?
did that come from?
Yeah, roll perception to see if it occurs to you later on.
With your -1.
I have no stat that's -1.
I think
You
it'd
do
be-
as a
I think it'd be quite
polymorphed
funny if
lizard.
The lizard's the only one that notices.
I mean, I'll just roll my perception, and then -10 from it.
Well,
So a
15.
15.
The lizard catches this strange moment, but the lizard is too unintelligent to realize what this means in the moment. Maybe it'll
The
occur to
lizard-
you later in the future.
Yeah. The lizard blinks one eye and then the other, and then licks the other eye again, and then moves its head to one side.
As Fukyu reaches up to the large wall and just kind of, I'm imagining holding out the lizard like a camcorder, just going, look at the wall, look at the wall.
No, it's literally arm straight, kind of like you're holding.
Just
like
cupping
a-
it.
No, he's like grab handing the lizard.
Oh, grab it.
Oh,
Come
it's
closer.
me, Nick.
Just
The
like
fuck?
essentially just pointing it at the wall.
Alterra.
Cup the lizard.
As you
What do I look
stare
at?
at a large spherical object in the wall, or a large circle plate mural on the wall, and you can see what appears to be the outlines of several lava rivers flowing to a large spire in the center that gets cut off as it starts protruding from the wall. The wall only kind of coming out a couple of inches. It seems like it doesn't quite have the full vertical layout of the building itself, but you notice that there appears to be it is a top-down map of the city or of the ship. The silver bits are large spherical semisphere circles dotted on the what appears to be the ring or the rim of the the bowl ship itself, with these metal archways coming up midway into the tower, spiraling from the center before it gets cut off. They are kind of casting a shadow down on the small basin of almost like a little valley underneath it that is surrounding the central tower. For note, the blue are trees and what appear to be blue tree-like figurines dotting the map. The gray is a series of buildings and little pathways between it, and the red is lava.
Okay.
What's
What
the,
about the
what's the dark
white
one?
square at the bottom?
Okay.
It appears to be some sort of intake, kind of
Exhaust
doorway
port?
or passageway into the interior of the ship. You're currently looking at the surface, which appears to be like a small land park, actual
Right,
town
okay.
off the ship, and you are currently on the sublayer beneath it in the kind of infrastructure underneath the small city ship.
Gotcha.
I understand.
So this is like literally the surface of the ship island.
Yep, because the ship is an island with an actual town on top of it.
So Thriller Bark. Okay.
I was literally thinking Thriller Bark, but it flies.
Flying Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Right. If fuck you touches it, would it go to an internal map?
It is not. It appears to be a static carving into the wall itself, rather than any sort of technology.
No, unfortunately, no full super high-tech maps in Primordial World, apparently. Good to know.
Are there any other maps looking things on the walls, or is this the only one?
This is the only one. There are a couple small little raised cylinders dotting around the map that seems to have primordial sigils on it. Do you understand primordial?
No.
Then, unfortunately, for now, the small lizard is just going to have to intake the information and wait until it gets back to the party before it can return to its prior intelligence and understand what it saw before I mark the map with locations and names.
Fuck you's going to do a wisdom check to see if he would realise these things might be important.
Go give me a wisdom check.
Nat 1.
18.
Another dirty 20, yeah.
He thinks these things might be important.
They might be
Puts the
important.
lizard right up close to the things.
Just rub it against it.
Rub the lizard on the map.
I lick the map.
That's fair.
I-
You do so.
I
Yeah.
hunger for knowledge, the lizard says, in a very creepy way.
You can't talk, you're polymorphed lizard.
Yeah.
He thinks it said that.
Yeah. After a couple minutes of looking at this thing, fuck you's going to start walking slightly hurriedly back because he's thinking his disguise self is going to probably drop fairly soon.
That's fair. You do so. Go ahead and give me another stealth check as you come across another patrol coming near you a couple minutes later on your way back.
That's better, huh?
Kronk stealth again!
Yep, Kronk stealth against the wall.
You have no trouble surpassing the obsidian corridors of this interior carved out asteroid. And eventually you find yourself back at the storage with the rest of your party, able to tell them of your adventures, and if you so choose, and do your polymorph.
Yep. I mean, I'm very tempted to just leave Fade as a lizard for a while.
Yep, I know.
It's very tempting. I
Yeah.
will fully lean into playing a lizard.
But fuck you understands that we need to.
This is
In crunch.
important. This is
Yeah.
The
important.
information.
Yeah. We're in a bit of a time crunch, and yeah, he'll drop the polymorph.
Oh, so that was 20 minutes, wasn't it? What the fuck have we done in the meantime?
Well, we're about to find out.
I'd say more, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, what has the rest of the party been doing while all this has been going on?
Using the arm.
Yeah.
Got any threes?
I'm,
Use our-
I'm inspecting the vent.
Yeah.
Use their armor to try and push their unconscious bodies into somewhere.
I'll also see if I'll tell Mr. Popular if he understands Infernal. Fuck knows if he does.
That's the point. Mr. Popular might be able to pick them up and move them.
I think he'll kill him.
You like teeth though.
Yeah, but that's the kind of the issue, isn't it? I give him one of the armors and tell him to wear it. Fuck knows if he understands Infernal. I assume he does because I just hand it him and walk away.
You know, I actually don't remember if I gave him Infernal. I think he might literally just understand Giant.
Yeah, I literally pick it up.
I think you did give him Infernal because Fade was talking to him in the.
Yeah, but I don't think he might not have understood him though.
No, they were talking to each other.
No, I was.
No,
I
he was talking to the point, and the
in
point had
Giant.
tongues because he
Yeah.
talked Giant.
Yeah, I was talking to him in Giant before I got cursed, and then I got cursed.
Yeah,
And yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't understand what the fuck I said, but I literally picked up a suit of plate mail, shoved it into his arms, and basically just shouted something at him, which sounded like roaring, and then walked away.
Learn my language or go to hell,
It's not my language. I just got it.
foreigner.
It's not your native language.
I just assumed he does speak it because he's a giant. Why wouldn't he?
Wow.
Alvina's
what a
stupid.
Racist.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid.
Accidental racism
Yeah.
is still racism.
But yeah, she does that essentially. Does he do anything?
Better you to get back to work.
It is warm. There's no reason for him not to wear it.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I don't think he has armor proficiency.
I think he can wear it. He's just at disadvantage. I think on a lot of things.
And his speed would be decreased by 10 feet.
Yeah.
Let me quickly check. Where's the NPCs? Because I did make him a stat block now. Did I actually give him stats though?
What does he have a class?
Do fire giants natively get heavy armor?
No, I don't give NPCs or
dwarves
monsters
do.
classes. I just give them class features.
Yeah.
Did you know Hill or Mountain? Well, one of the dwarves gets proficiency in heavy armor just off the bat.
Nope, medium
Did you
armor.
know that?
Medium armor.
Really?
Yep, mountain dwarves, medium armor. I believe.
Oh.
He does have a 20 strength, so he doesn't actually have a strength problem to carry, and he is a fire giant as much as he, was a pacifist wanting to go travel, student, philosopher, fire giant. He still got trained how to use armor, so he does have proficiency in it.
Yay!
Hooray.
Thank you. Just
So
cultural.
yeah, he takes it.
cultural armor.
He
Yay!
has no reason not to.
Hezza.
But yeah, you want to look into the events. Are you looking for anything specifically? What is it you're actually investigating in them?
Basically things like the size, how clean they look, like if they are perfectly flawlessly clean, or if there's some just bits and pieces around, or if they haven't been cleaned in a while. Just general stuff like that.
No,
Is
that's
it
fair.
all
All
sized?
this information you kind of just get off the bat. They are just under a medium size, so about 3 to 4 feet in diameter. They would be a squeeze for a medium or large creature, and we'll give you disadvantage, all the classic disadvantages and all that of squeezing through it. It would also restrict your movement because you would have to be crawling through it effectively. They are, from all intents and purposes, other than they all seem to have this kind of black scorched rock interior. But it does seem to have a kind of very smooth volcanic rock to it. So it does look like potentially something is keeping these clean, whether it's by acid or fire, you're not entirely sure. But do you have proficiency of nature?
I don't think I do, but I have survival. Would that be a decent one for countermand for it?
Not for this. This is more to do with the geological properties of what acid or fire do to rock to know if it's one or the other.
Probably not then.
So it could be, they could use ooze cleaning systems, they could just flush it with lava. You're not entirely sure.
Yeah. I'm basically gonna go definitely bad. Not a good idea, is what she's basically gauged from it. She can't figure out what it is, but it's not good. Vents are a bust. I basically walk back and tell Zome.
Okay, then we're in some major trouble unless we can figure out a way to blag the gods that we are supposed to be here. I mean, if we could have transformed someone into looking like the princess, then maybe we could have lagged that off. But
What does she look like?
I don't know. Fade's about the only one I know who interacted with them. I think.
I might
Might
ask
have got
when
a-
they get back, see if we have enough, like... Actually, wait a minute. She's gonna be... she's a princess of fire, right?
Yes.
So she's just gonna be on fire? Most likely, she'd be like a fire elemental, probably.
Hmm.
I try really hard to just cover my entire body in fire.
You find it incredibly draining on you. You can only do it for a second at most before just that sheer mass of having to push every one of your thermal energy and fire particles, I forgot the word, particle elements,
Man.
to your surface to create the flame appearance. It's too much for you.
Oof. Well, it was worth a try.
Not even enough for marshmallow.
I can do your marshmallow if you like, and just like ignite my hand on fire for it. That's fine. It's all of it that's the hard part.
Oh, and
Need to eat more fire.
whilst we've got a minute, Gwenta, thank you again for actually being quite a
For being awesome.
being
Thumbs
incredibly
up.
good and quick action, and thank you for the shielding, and you've done very well. I'm glad you're here. You're a very dependable person.
You're still my best chance to get away.
That's fair.
But if you just disappear again, I may
And-
just leave without you.
Understandable, but
Can't
I
fault you
don't
for that.
intend to not fulfill my promise.
Then I will keep you up and alive as much as I can.
And you do an incredible job of it.
I think.
And I
you're
love
gonna
them
have
chased
to-
the button just so they could press it. It was bloody genius.
Yes.
It was either that or just open the door and let Alvina charge him. One of the two.
Yeah.
I
But
think
you
Hit the
guys
it's
button
you
for
guys
them,
having
like,
that
and now what you gonna do?
Would anyone else like to do anything before Fukyu and the Professor and Fade arrive? Lou, would you like to do anything?
Yeah, Lou's gonna tell his followers to go to Gwen and apologize to him.
Oh yeah, can we
point.
can we bring the remaining cultists that are unconscious too as well? Actually,
Yes, yes, you can.
thank
Yeah, I
you.
can spare the dying. You'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like, wake up!
Aggressive spare dyings.
Yeah.
They say
I
to
got that too.
Gwen that they're very sorry about hurting them and that they were just overwhelmed at being so close to getting out of this place.
And the point.
And the point for scratching
Yeah.
Merida, who honestly, the point might be more angry than Gwen.
That is probably true.
Yeah.
I would give it a minute before the apology. Let them finish what they're doing. Because if you interrupt, they're more likely to end up getting even more hurt.
I can
No.
keep an eye on the door while they're apologizing, don't worry.
No, I'm meaning, as an artificer, I know what he's going through and how.
Oh, for the point, I thought you meant to Gwen.
Yeah. Well, yes. The point is what I'm meaning is they'll be a bit.
They're gonna stab someone soon, so give them a minute.
Almon, let them
After-
finish their process first before you even attempt to even speak to them,
Yeah.
or you will get hurt even more.
As part go through their dialogues and they make their reparations and apologies. Assassin returns with their lizard and
Fuck you.
well, Fukyu, sorry, Fukyu returns with their lizard and Fukyu, take it away.
Yeah, so he's going to walk in and essentially just throw the lizard into the middle of the room, and whilst midair, he's going to drop Polymorph, and Faye just like either drops or
Goes
like,
splat.
continues flying.
I'm not gonna lie, I was fully expecting you to just throw him with force, so you just deal damage to the lizard. Because he's got one hit point, right?
Bang him out the
Yeah.
polymorph.
Yeah.
I actually have 21 hit points. I've got 20 temps.
I think Polymorph goes first, actually. I don't know that one.
Yeah, your
Mm.
10
Well,
doesn't
we'll
carry
find out.
through into Polymorph, I don't think.
Well, who knew?
Yeah.
Do you really want to?
Actually, I hadn't really, I was like, that's a weird one, yeah.
Yeah, that is a weird one. Attempt hit points before polymorph.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just throwing you in the middle of the air and dropping it and just letting you fall.
Chris,
Yes.
how does, because I want to see your descriptive powers at work. How does it feel mentally to go from the most like non-intelligent, happy-go-lucky, just a lizard doing lizard shit, to the weight of the world is upon me?
So you're going from the scale of
You've been to
the
adoptations.
Eds. You're going from the
Yeah.
scale of the Eds. You're going from the happy-go-lucky Eddie to the slightly smarter Eddie to the brilliance of Eddie.
I was about to say, have you ever
Double E.
been dehydrated? Because I think that's pretty much what it is.
I was going to say, has anyone read Flowers for Algernon?
No.
No.
I've
Because
heard.
there
I
was-
might have actually.
Yeah, there's
The name
I've heard
sounds.
yeah.
yeah, there's a really dumb guy who gets a serum that essentially makes him intelligent, and I think it shortens his lifespan immensely, but I can't remember the exact details of that part of the thing. But he goes from this dumb happy guy to the most narcissistic. Oh, I'm more intelligent than you, so I'm better than you. How does it feel to go from one extreme to the other, Chris? Like, does my brain melt?
Called
Like,
whiplash.
Do I feel mental whiplash?
As your form reverts back, you would believe that it would be like a sort of whiplash, but it's actually quite incremental. The magic has safeguards built into it from the original wizard who devised the spell. After all, when they used it and they didn't have it, well, let's just say spells that adventurers use are written on the torment of others. So the spell that
Right,
Foku
linear.
learned to use, while a little maybe outdated and archaic to some of the more modern spells taught in the highest ranks academies, still has the basic level of safeguards into it, particularly incremental increasement of stats. And you find yourself not with whiplash, but with a very slow waking up, almost as if you came from a dream in which the world was not necessarily bright, but a calm dimness, a shadow across the world, almost in a haze, like you'd drunken a couple beers, and everything was kind of lighter. Everything was less sharp, less harsh, less bright. Everything was a buzz, a blur. And as you sober up, as your mind begins to sharpen, as suddenly it almost feels like cold water begins racing through your brain, as everything begins to connect together, you begin to start to see patterns and connections that weren't previously there. The world does become slightly heavier, slightly more aching on your shoulders and your mind. But what doesn't get taught about is intelligence isn't just a nihilistic grayness. It's also the ability to connect, the ability to see, the ability to view the world as it truly is. Suddenly the picture becomes less blurry. You've clicked the 420 into 1080 HP quality, as everything just becomes that little sharper, and your brain processes things that little bit quicker. it's daunting. It's a task and a challenge. And yes, looking ahead, you can see the abyss and the mountain that you have to climb. But not only do you see the mountain, you now suddenly realize that you are also equipped with every piece of gear you could ever need. Your intelligence is a burden, but also a tool set. You feel both overwhelmed, yet invigorated.
You also have severe stomachache from all the bugs you ate on the way.
We went from bugs to ugh.
Double-edged blade.
Yeah,
But one
that's cool.
you quite enjoy using.
So it feels like I've suddenly gone from being slightly tipsy to putting my head in an ice cold bucket of water.
You
I wake up.
literally get like full-on hangover cure, essentially.
And all the memories that I saw as a lizard come rushing back, and they all fire off from my eye. So and y'all can't make sense of them. They're one after the other, just a cascade of images upon images. Can I attempt to locate, first of all, the one? I mean, I leave it up to you. I've said they all cascade out, so I don't know if they would end with me being thrown into the rim as a lizard, and then I would just shut down for a second, or if I would be able to stop or redo and get back to the thing that I saw in the shadow.
Yeah, I was wondering about the shadow.
Unfortunately, give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check as fade. Not intelligence.
Nope, wisdom check.
Okay.
You no longer have 8 wisdom.
Yeah. Not that much better though. It wouldn't be perception or
Nope, just wisdom check.
Pure
just
stat.
wisdom. Okay. +3. Watch out.
Holy shit. Magma cannon.
A 9. 6 + 3.
Most normal people, the slight delay in a shadow would be chalked up to an inconsequential piece of information when you're trying to, on a time-sensitive mission, steal a royal ship. But to Fade, it becomes your sole obsession for some reason. As you fail to wisely put your priorities into order.
That tracks.
And instead of focusing on all this new ship information you have, the fact that you're pretty reasonably sure you know exactly where to go to steal this ship, you don't know how to get there, but you at least know a general direction. And also, you now seem to have a worrying kind of dread in your stomach that this ship might be capable of quite a lot of destruction. Was that magma cannons?
Yeah, I literally saw 3 magma cannons. Like, okay.
You also
I'm more concerned. Why does it have a nervous system?
Honestly,
That's
that
more
could
concerning to me.
to me that genuinely could be one. Either it's a giant living thing, or Jerry could just be the name of the control room.
The control center.
Jerry could just be that.
Is it a giant flying turtle?
Who knows?
No, it's shooting lava.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's a-
could be
Could
a
be a
giant
Yeah,
fire
it's a
flying
giant breathing turtle.
It's a fire
It's
breathing.
King Koopa.
It's Bowser again! The bastard! He's back!
He's back.
It's Jack
So instead
Black!
of, Faye prioritizing the mission of steal this massive ship that would be an invaluable contribution to the rebellion and actually allow them to increasingly do additional missions off-world and start setting up more far-reaching outposts for the rebellion, having such an undescribable amount of benefit to the rebellion. Instead of focusing on that and prioritizing stealing this ship, you remember just a 2-second delay in a shadow.
2 seconds. Oh god.
And yeah, you just suddenly, your mind just keeps replaying that over and over again, and in your projection, you just see Fuck you walking away from a wall, and there's still a shadow there. And to the rest of the people watching this, it just looks like you're like lagging on a video. But Fade, you know otherwise. You know that there's a foreboding as you watch this image again and again that you think something might have been following Fukyu. You think there might have been something lurking. You get the image of a presence.
the ship is haunted.
I woke up.
It's that moment.
Assassin, why did you send your squid with them?
course.
I just
Little sign on the water glass saying "Wake me up when you're ready for your other 2 questions."
I woke up to stand next to Fuck
Squidge,
You.
get back here.
Just stab.
Wherever you are, you little
just
shit.
Stab the shadow and see what happens.
Nothing happens. You stab the floor.
Yep. His brain's broken. Show us the map. Alvina's test solved.
I'll be honest, I was expecting to Fate to actually make that wisdom save, and I'd go on a rant about how you have bigger priorities right now. But it was equally funny to me that you failed.
Yeah.
If it were a wisdom save, I would have added +6 to it.
No, wisdom check. You didn't get your priorities in order, Fade.
Yeah.
The dice have decided.
This is about right.
Oh, the map, but the shadow.
Don't. I stabbed it. It's dead. It's fine. Blame the map.
Huh?
You can play me and my bloody shadow at some other point. We need to know where we're going, quick.
I don't remember.
I just like walk over and tap the side of your head. Is this broken?
Do not make me go and get the squid to pull it out your bloody head.
Don't touch me.
I play the map.
I'm sorry, but we're on a bit of a time crunch, and I don't want us all dying bloody up here. As much as you should be the one who understands the most, having died and come back, I would think you would be the one in the most urgent need of get the fuck on with it.
Yeah. Mission cloak, I like that.
Fine. As you command, Captain.
I'm not commanding, I'm just trying to keep you on point.
I don't say anything else. I try and get the map. My eyes close, and I try and access the memory.
You do, and you project out the map that you now see, now hovering with translated iconography in common.
Okay,
Those
we're in bloody
big
trouble.
guns.
We're in some bloody big...
Are they guns?
Oh.
It says magma cannon. A cannon's a gun, so I assume it's a gun.
Cannon's a big gun.
How the hell are we going to steal this bloody thing?
It looks like a pizza.
This is...
What's a pizza?
It does, yeah.
Oh, and that's what I immediately thought. It's very pizzery. I've cooked them for you before.
Have you?
Yeah. There's like the disc with the pastry and the chilies on it.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah.
And this is the scale of the damn place?
I mean, it was pretty big when we saw it from outside.
Yes.
This is the map.
Oh.
So, nervous system control, I'm assuming, is the bridge, right?
Yes, and also going to be the most heavily guarded.
Of course it is. It's the bridge.
Consider it's our Sauron.
Is there a creature that Fade knows of that could be this big? Like big enough to have a nervous system, to have be able to be hollowed out?
Oh yeah, probably the carcass of an asteroid spider that you previously fought.
Yeah, just a bigger one.
There's no limit to the size they can grow up to.
Huh.
So we've potentially got a bunch of extra ships wait to be grown.
It would be surprising.
We have our own spiders.
We don't have them yet. We have the eggs.
It does take quite a long time.
I know.
These things that grown, but
It's a long-term project. Don't worry, guys.
Is there a reproductive system?
I
Like
don't
escape
want
pods,
to know
we can use them.
currently. Honestly.
No.
If there are, they're not labelled on the map.
Yeah.
It is where we currently are.
Oh dear.
So, is there a?
So make your way up Thermal Park.
I guess maybe we'll be a. Maybe we'll find some bubble cars. My dyslexia keeps reading it as theme park. I'm sorry. My dyslexia is playing havoc with the yellow writing.
Fuck you
Is there?
will will
Is there a
say that
Segway
there
storage?
what? What's
A
Segway
Is there a Segway storage?
Probably not. Fuck you will
Oh.
say though that there were at least 2 patrols out in the corridors.
Okay. So you went going for about how long were you gone?
About 20-ish minutes.
So probably about every 10 then.
Seemed to be.
Okay.
There's one on the way there, one on the way back. So yeah, maybe.
That makes sense. So we might have somewhat of a schedule at least for it, which might help us get past them. How long ago?
How long has it been, Fade?
Yeah.
James.
Oh, they did.
Hello? What?
Oh, there you go. How long has it been since
How
you
long
last
ago was the
saw-
last one?
That you last saw the guards on patrol?
How do I know? I was a lizard.
Because you got perfect memory.
Do you do
I-
it for It's every 10 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah, every 10
Oh,
minutes.
since the last one?
Exactly.
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay.
Cool.
So we've got about...
So in 7 minutes they'll come back again.
Yeah.
Here's a thought. Are minutes in this world the same as minutes in your world?
Yes.
Oh,
It
that's
just-
lazy writing.
It's just the one that I go for, get it. It's like, it's enough of an equivalent that this is breaking it down to you to understand it. Doesn't matter if it's the same.
Look, again, power fantasy gaming experience, not gritty realism.
If we were doing great realism, we wouldn't even make it this far.
We'd be long
dead.
dead.
No,
We'd
like
be
7
long
years for an Earth hour.
You're
I
doing
sh-
gritty realism. You guys already take way too long to plan
dead.
things.
Yeah.
We've got enough 40th characters, but let's get out the door and let's get going if we've got 8 minutes.
45th characters.
7.
Chop. Chop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Would you like to Would you like to travel via the corridors or attempt to travel up the vents?
Corridors.
And would you like to attempt to travel underground as much as possible, or do you take any stairs when you find them up to the surface?
Ooh. That's a good question, actually.
Oh,
Feel underground might be a good idea.
No, actually, I'd
And
like...
while you consider that, I'm actually going to go get some more water.
Yeah,
So
sure thing.
quick 5 seconds there while you discuss.
Yeah, sure.
We're also going to take a quick 5-second break for everyone else who
Overground,
wants
I
to go
would
do
say.
stuff.
I'd like
Yeah.
overground because that gives us more options, and I can use
More
commune
likely
with
to be
nature if
seen.
we need to.
I would say
Additional
less
information
likely
from
to
what you previously saw before I head.
Yeah.
The ship has a tail effectively, which is what that spire in the center reaches up to, with 3 centric rings above it. That are little platforms. They weren't relevant to the map because it gets cut off.
Okay.
But that just something to be aware of is that central nervous system control is the spire in the center. That is the tail effectively that goes from the base as you see it all the way up to kind of with the 3 rings like hovering around it. They seem to be part of the engine that steers or like propels the ship.
Gotcha. I've got a mental picture. I think I know what you base these on, but I can't remember the name. So I get you.
I literally just base them on asteroids.
Oh, because there's actually never mind. There's actually a thing which is like a big tower thing which is floating.
Yeah, send some pictures into group chat. 'Cause
I've
I've
got to
never
see
seen
if
these.
I've got to see if I can remember what it's from. I've got a mental picture, so I know it's from something, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the corridors are probably going to be patrolled more than the surface.
That's my thought. And
Um,
also, if it's surface, there might be what's it
Or
called?
people.
No, there might be like, because it's a town, right? So that means there are roofs, which people probably don't spend all their time on roofs. So we can maybe stay out the streets and go from rooftop to rooftop to rooftop.
Yeah, and it's probably less likely there's going to be like towers or cameras or anything.
Or as many.
But if it's a town, there will be infinitely more people.
Yeah, but random
Definitely more
bystanders
people.
are better than guards. Guards will be suspicious. Bystanders are more likely to just go, not my problem.
But bystanders may raise an alarm.
There's
Poor
night
guy.
on this. There's night on this.
Yeah. Maybe we don't know.
But here's the thing:
you're
they might
overthinking.
raise the alarm. Guards
If we
will
can-
definitely raise the alarm.
But here's the difference. There might be guys. If I'm thinking Assassin's Creed, like there might be guards on the street doing patrol, guards on the rooftops, guards doing, like in towers looking down. They might have air support, whereas in the corridors, at least we know. Actually, you know what? We might not know. It might just be this section of the ship that just does every 10 minutes. So it might
Yeah.
change. I'm talking myself in circles here.
You really are. There's also, I would put it, Assassin's Creed expects people to be traveling on rooftops. That isn't a normal thing. They don't just have guard A. Where's your post? That roof of like Jeff's house. That's
Yeah,
not normal.
In like
That's assuming-
actual like ancient Italy or wherever, ancient Rome, there probably wasn't normally that many guards posted on rooftops.
Yeah, there'd be guards in the streets. You know, where
in
they
ancient
can
Rome,
walk.
no, but in ancient Rome, no, but in Renaissance Italy, yes, because they were imposing arms.
No, the watchtowers maybe, but there wouldn't be that many of them.
Yeah, watchtowers are a thing we can also spot from a good distance away on account of having a mile-long field of view.
And
Yeah.
back.
That's another thing. On the surface, Alvina can look much further than
Down the stuff in
like,
little
locked in by a
corridors.
corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, and I can fly.
Yeah, we've got a lot more
give
options
you
if we're up top.
Air support. Yeah, I just feel like there are going to be fewer guards in the corridor underground.
Almost certainly be fewer, but
Yeah.
they'll be more likely to come at us when we don't expect them or be in more inconvenient locations.
Yeah.
I'd rather take a lot of guards that aren't that worried compared to a
Uh.
couple of guards that are on high alert.
Okay.
We'll see what the surface is like.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying we'll definitely charge through the surface because it's the only way.
Yeah, I think the surface is the best bet, so we can
No,
at least check.
let's take a look,
Yeah.
and then if it looks shit, we go down.
If we see like a fire dragon and 80 guards looking at the exit, we won't do it.
It might be a complete militaristic outpost up top, and we might just say, no, the corridors is the way.
The staircase might open up into a lava pool. We don't know where it's going.
The stairs are lava.
Floor is lava, never mind the stairs.
Stairs more impressive.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, we are going to the surface at a staircase and at least having a look.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a suggestion.
No, it's
All right. Who is leading the party and who is making me a survival check?
I believe Gwent's our survival one, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pure
it's probably-
Gwent.
So Alvina's got
survival.
okay, but I think Gwent's is better.
I've only got +5.
Oh, I also have +5.
Oh, one of
I
these
don't have
do it.
proficiency either.
I have proficiency.
Well,
I've got half proficiency.
you can borrow
Alvina
Does
is
anyone-
I think
Yeah, it's
Albina is the leader in
I
this
hit
case.
myself. I hit myself with guidance, so then I'll do it.
I'll be assisting, so I'll give you advantage if that's okay. Chris?
Okay.
Yes.
19.
You also have advantage from the use of the map.
Ah, double advantage.
Yeah. So it's 19.
No, 19.
Can I keep do I keep the map projected?
You can bring it up whenever it's necessary.
Oh my god, I'm a heads up display. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hooray! Yes.
Plus, I can tell them which way the map runs as well
You
with
can
being
read it.
cartographer.
You can read it.
Yeah, with the combined skills of the party, you gain
Abilities.
abilities.
Okay, is a 19 good?
Yes. Just adjusting the next map here. Cool. As you make your way through the initial parts of the underground corridors, hustling your bustle to make sure that you avoid the next patrol coming your way, making it through the corridor. A couple of minutes into your journey, you find what appears to be an access point up to the surface. Large stone steps leading upwards. And Alvina, as you are leading the party through, things begin to click into place as you begin to easily navigate the twisting corridors. It's almost like going through a cave system. In fact, a lot of the same natural signs that you'd look for when exploring a valley or a cave system or a forest begin to apply in navigating the structure. It almost seems as if you are just navigating through a land. It's more organic than obviously the wooden ship that you've used to traveling in, and even some of the larger astral stations that you have visited in the past were always of a constructed nature. But here, it's like they've literally just taken a chunk out of the ground, dug caves through it, and have mobilized it. You are, for all intents and purposes, traveling in nature right now.
It actually feels closer to being at home in Fantasia, where they just like sang trees into buildings, basically.
Yep, pretty much, and you feel incredibly home and comfortable in this ship. And any abilities or checks that you have relating to a nature environment does seem to apply here.
Hell yeah. I like that.
As eventually you break off, having managed to managing to avoid any guards or the remaining patrols before you get up to the surface. You break out into almost coming out of a cave system, and you kind of let your nose lead you as you can smell fresh air that almost seems to have you're not even quite sure how to describe it to the rest of your party, but almost like blueberries or a sense of blue in the air.
Okay.
As if you're smelling Gatorade out in the air for some reason.
I smell energy
I've seen
drink.
the swamplands.
Yeah, Garade's the blue one, right?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yes.
Yeah, you got blue Gatorade, yeah.
Blue Garrett. As you let your nose lead you, you easily find the staircase and lead up to it, and you can see light pouring down from the top of the staircase as the party breaks off, and you can feel a very subtle and soft wind kind of pushing against your cheeks as you come out into what appears to, for all intents and purposes, to be a large verdant gardens, a large park of just massive expanses. You can see the air above you. What day was this? We actually had a weather check. 1 second. You are actually technically up on the surface now. I need to see what the weather is.
Yeah, you did do a weather check.
I think it was
did do it.
bright.
It's light clouds.
Oh, okay.
As you arrive, and you, for all intents and purposes, appear to be on a large surface in the mountainsides. It's almost like you've come out into a clearing in the mountain, and you can see the light pinkish blue sky with soft clouds kind of floating in close by. You can see they're much closer and larger than you would when you were previously traveling. You can feel the cold mountain air crisp against your form as you look out into an expanse of what looks to be a large encircled park, effectively stretching for, I believe it's just over a mile to the horizon. A short way off, about half a mile, you can see the large metallic structure bridges arcing from the cannons on a rimmed wall that rises about 500 feet off the ground. As you appear to be in almost a bowl enclosing. You can see kind of just subtle hills rising and dipping with small fumes of red rising from little pools of lava that are flowing in and out of these massive streams pouring in from the walls, seeming to come from the pores of the lower walls, and are all streaming into this large reddish, not aluminium, you got that. What's the metallic?
Adamantine.
This reddish hued adamantine spire rising up from the center to the right. You can see the hints of these green plume leaves rising in a forest, and you can just kind of catch sight of the stone-worked buildings off to the left.
Is this grass on the floor here?
It is. The grass appears to be a light blue.
And are those trees that are also blue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck you just turns to the part and goes, the scenery reminds me of a kind of music.
And I'm assuming that is a lake of lava.
It is, yes.
Cool.
Everything seems to have been color shifted in this land of lava lakes and blue trees.
I like this place.
Does Fade still have Pass Without a Trace prepared?
That's a good question.
Oh, and Alvina, give me a perception check as you look around for actual like threats.
You got it.
I can cast that, yes.
Cool. We might need that at some point.
I have
23.
very few spell slots. No, I'm not a full caster.
I guess as
Oh,
additional
I
note,
know.
you can see the large red-hued adamantine rings that are hovering about 1,000 feet up and then 500 onwards on the spire. The spire reaching up to about 2,500 feet above the crater of the body.
Nice.
As you're looking around what effectively looks like a nature reserve, only color shifted, you notice that there are small signs of movement, small and medium distance away from you. But as you're kind of looking around, you catch sight with your impeccable vision. You notice that there are no signs of guards up here. In fact, you don't see a single military threat to you up here. What you do spot, though, are red-hued and orange-colored creatures dotting the landscape. Occasionally, a small fire rabbit jumping around the grass to the distance, popping out of the trees, a small fire deer.
Hell yes.
There are creatures here and there. Even in the lakes, you see what appears to be a black obsidian swan just casually swimming in the lava.
They look like living creatures, maybe not the swan, but like they don't look like elementals. They look like a living creature that's a bit changed, right? Like
Yes, they look like primordial creature. Look like just elemental infused creatures, similar to what you'd find on Genii.
Yeah, I get you.
For those who don't know, Genii is the elemental infused realm where the Genasi come from.
My brain's
And
going.
Alterra, at least.
My brain's going straight to like Pokemon. By the way, for reference.
Yep. It looks like you are in a Pokemon reserve park.
Hell yeah! I've been watching Pokemon all day. I've been watching Pokemon streams all day.
Just far off in the distance, you see just a herd of what look to be large fire-maned, almost look like nightmares, but large fire-maned horses just frolicking through the fields.
Hell yes! Oh, I want one.
Scores of wildebeest running across the plain.
Fire wildebeest.
With huge tracts of land.
Okay. I like
Take
this
out my
place a lot.
Pokedex.
I like this place a lot.
Okay, what? What?
Do the animals... Are there any animals nearby to us? And do they seem skittish at all?
Oh no.
Yes, there's a couple of rabbits that if you approach seem to like quickly run out of the way if you don't approach carefully without the successful animal handling check.
Yeah. I will try to approach one carefully. Just to see. So.
Give me an animal handling check.
May I handle some animals also?
If you have proficiency of animal handling check, yes.
I might do. I feel like I might.
Ooh, damn.
I got a rabbit!
I do not. I don't have a
Apparently, the animals here just love Alvina. Alvina, you don't even need to try to get close to them. You just jauntily run up to them and they just leap at you.
I catch it and cuddle
My
the
God.
rabbit. Alvina's a Disney princess, guys!
For fuck's sake. And I'm a hunched-looking
Zormir, give me a
crow.
wisdom saving throw.
Me?
No, Zormir, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
As you look around and start catching sight of all these animals,
Ooh.
Zormir, this entire ship is filled with animals that seem to love Alvina.
No, it's your worst nightmare.
This is a nature reserve park. There are literal herds running across the fields.
I was going to say,
Oh,
is this a
you didn't even need to make me roll
this.
this. I was already fucking there. On that. Oh,
Well, now it's mechanically
no.
backed up.
no. Fucking no, Alvina.
What?
Focus, for fuck's sake.
I am focusing.
She is focused.
Yeah, focus on the wrong damn thing right now. I'm going to. Oh no, we're in the wrong place. The wrong place. Can we go back downstairs? This is not going to go well.
Zarmir, Dr. Zarmir. Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Can
You're
you
not
distract
eating.
her from?
No. Look that herd of wildebeest is turning towards us. Oh wait,
No.
that herd. No, they're
Let's call the
coming right
stampede.
No. He's-
Look, it's okay. It's not like you're keeping this shit, right? Also, how do we steal a wildlife reserve?
Don't fucking tempt her.
I think they might realize when it's gone.
Nah.
And please help me. I don't know what to do.
Oh, no,
Venus has been
sorry.
given a whole place of animals. Fade, I appreciate your help as well. Anyone help me stop this from happening.
Slap you in the face. Get a grip, man. Come on, get a grip. First slap.
Yeah. Go roll the thing.
Medicine check.
Full airplane, get a grip,
Yeah.
and then I pass it off to Gwen. Here, you take over.
I'm frantically looking at anyone to help me stop Alvina from claiming this whole fucking park as
She's
her.
already claimed it, but we're stealing
also-
the whole ship, remember? So...
No. I also slap Zormir and then pass him along to Lou.
Oh no, there's all the cultists!
One big slap.
Yeah, fuck you will go over to Avina and just be like, Avina, you don't have to take them right now.
I
If
know.
we steal the ship, we'll have all of them all the time.
I know, that's the plan. But I'm just gonna pet him now.
Okay.
Might come in handy later.
Look. And just like, Zombie,
Yes.
good. She's good for the minute. Let's go.
Right. And she steps up after petting all like the... I am actually literally surrounded by like just deer and rabbits and birds. Like just classic, very much Disney princess like Snow White.
Can there
Yeah,
be one?
and now you gotta break
can there
out
be
in
one
a song.
She just gives
Can
all
there
of them
be-
pets and literally just like goes back into business mode and is just going to like start scouting ahead as she normally does.
There's one skunk with a broken leg that limps up to you just as you step up and move away, and it looks up at you with forlorn eyes
It gets a head
because it
pat.
didn't get a pet in time. Oh,
It gets a head pat.
oh. So tempted to polymorph back into that lizard that scratches. Oh,
All right. So as you begin moving forward on the map, let's just go ahead and whoop. No, I made it.
Stretch.
Too stretchy. Alvina scouting ahead. Would anyone like to scout ahead with Alvina?
Oh, more than welcome.
Who wants to be brave enough?
my
Fuck your
perception, my perception's really high, so I'm gonna go on ahead as well.
I've got good perception, but right now he's just fucking on panic mode.
Just take a breath.
Yeah,
You
Zome
just-
is
yeah.
so paranoid about Alvina finding something that's just interesting enough to... By the way, I'll need to make sure that works. Yep, there we go.
Me?
That's my new added title to the list.
Yeah, but you're a red dragon, angry as Disney. Princess.
And that was
Disney
intentional.
princess.
Okay.
That was intentional.
Yeah, we
No,
can't.
look,
Can't go
the,
copyright.
Disney. DIZEE.
Disney.
No, I like Disney.
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 As Alvina and Fade are scouting ahead, you both catch sight of a bubbling coming from this nearest lake. You've probably taken about 10-minute walk through so far. Let's go ahead and advance the mission clock
Yeah.
to 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Can I make a button for that now too?
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to stay down below. It would have been quicker.
Oh, it wouldn't. Oh, if it's actually much quicker
Yeah.
to traverse over land, especially since most you can just do a direct path there.
That's pretty much what I
Oh,
thought.
cool.
We don't have to follow the rules of corridors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corridors are a maze, and there's no guarantee you'd actually make it in the corridors.
Corridors are my favorite terrain, though.
Especially if they all look the same, you might just like walk down the same.
We're
corridor
gonna
three
get
times.
lost if we do.
Yeah, there's no way to get lost above ground because you can literally see the giant ass tower in the horizon you're walking towards.
This is why you don't listen to worms.
But more importantly, Alvina and Fade, you spot a bubbling in the lava lake next to you, as you can see a small, or actually two beady eyes about the size of a soccer ball pop out of the lava and watch you. Would you like to do anything as these two beady eyes are watching you?
Was
A magma crab.
each eye the size of a like football?
Correct. Yes. Size of football on like a little stalk.
That was my next one. Was it like stalks, or are we talking crocodile, basically?
Stalk.
Stalks, okay.
Would I recognize the creature?
Do you have proficiency with nature?
No. But I have a +5.
Then no, this is too rare a specimen to be done without proficiency.
Yeah. I'm assuming I can't. Can I, with
Do
survival...
you have proficiency in nature?
No, I was going to go, do I know anything that might be similar to what the eyes look like? Like, not get the exact creature, but try and gauge something similar.
Given your
That's
background, I would say it's more possible than Fade, so go ahead and give me a check, because you've actually seen a wider range of creatures.
What? I hunted them for a living.
No, you hunted monsters for a living.
Yeah, Alvina lived
Oh, so
in
this isn't-
Fantasia.
It's not a monster. That's all I need to know.
No, it is a beast.
Would this be
Okay.
survival?
That's fair.
Just give me a flat intelligence check.
Okay, I can roll nature then.
Yeah, just give me a nature check.
11. That's not too bad, actually, for Alvina.
Okay. You at least can kind of narrow it down. It looks like some sort of crustacean.
Crustacean.
Yeah, it looks like the eyes of that.
Okay. Some kind of crab.
It's
Crab,
Mr.
lobster,
Krabs.
something to that like.
Yeah.
I heard of lava crabs.
Yeah, we should not go near that.
Why not?
Crabs eat nearly anything.
As you
You-
say this, they
You
seem
two
to
have
be watching
so
you
much
very
in common
intent.
then.
As the eyes pop out just a little bit further, and seem to wade a little bit closer to shore.
He's like, I
Come on,
refuse
it's
to
a-
be.
And get bigger.
It's your spirit animal.
My
You
spirit
said
animal
it
is-
eats almost anything.
It seems to be moving towards you. What would you like to do?
I
You're
will.
currently standing on the path, chatting.
I will smartly walk directly behind Fade and then just walk this way and take a wide berth from the giant lava crab.
Quincy. Oh,
What would you
God.
like to
no.
do?
By the way, I'm assuming that crab isn't real. By the way,
No.
go. I just thought I'm
There's
being
no
hits and
trees.
maneuvered by crabs. That's too on brand. Yeah, I indicate to everyone else like, move, as I was walking off the path.
I just want petted too.
Fade, would you also like to move away, or are you still standing there?
It's a giant crab.
And it is starting to rise out of the water onto the shore. You can see half its body is no longer submerged. It appears to be a huge creature.
Ah, I fly off.
That's why Fade's not so bothered. He's not so fussed. He's just like, I'll fly away from the
Oh.
damn-
As a second crab begins to emerge from the lava shore. They begin to pincer the road. Does the rest of the party follow suit and follow Alvina's divergent path? It will add time onto your journey as you try to give
Guys.
this lava lake a large berth.
No,
Like
I'm
5-10
gonna
minutes.
fly. I would like to, if I may, try and distract the crab.
Bait.
Because I can fly. Yeah, because I can fly and I'm immune to fire. I'm gonna try and stay out of their way and try and just fly low over the lava, and just sort of make myself look more appetizing. I will
Can I always-
prestidigitate myself to make myself smell like crab bait.
Can I also
A rotting
forewarn you
flesh,
that-
pretty much.
Can I also forewarn you that it's not just going to be fire damage. Those things are big claws that can usually.
What?
They were flying
They have
away.
claws?
They were flying out of range.
Well, it depends
So
on-
Yeah, I'm
only
fine.
when the
I'm
crabs jump are they gonna get caught. And
Yeah,
cut
how
in half.
close are you getting to them? They seem to ignore you if you're anything more than 20 feet above them.
The common jumping lava crab.
Yep.
I'm gonna fly down so that I'm directly in their line of sight, and then cast. Like I'm assuming they're immune to fire, so firebolt.
They were literally living in lava.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast firebolt at them to be a bit of an annoyance. So, like, if they don't take the bait of prestidigitation, I'm an amazing smelling bit of bait. Come after me, and instead go after the party. I'm instead gonna go, hey, pay attention. Hey, I'm annoying. Come after me. Hey.
You stop pelting them with oranges.
Give me animal handling checks.
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Not intimidation.
No, they don't seem to have enough sentience to understand what you're doing.
It's a crab.
I will guidance myself.
It has an intelligence of 1.
Yep. On account of being a crab.
It logged me out. What did I roll?
13.
13. Yeah, 13's enough to annoy a crab. Okay.
Before.
Thankfully, they are.
You managed to catch their attention. Luckily for you, they do not have any grappling hook propelling claws
Oh, I was wondering.
or the ability to jump more than a reasonable distance,
Guys, go on the main path. I'll catch up.
as they are just regular lava crabs.
Yeah.
Hey, lava crab, come on. Hey.
After a solid like 5 minutes of them like just kind of clipping at the air trying to get to you while like waddling around, they eventually get bored and retreat back into the lava.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna, before they retreat back into lava, fly over the lava lake, pop up a detect magic, fly into the lava, and see if they manage to hook any other adventurers at like. Or they had been fed adventurers in the past that might have had magic items.
What, and risk that there might be more crabs in there waiting for you in the dark,
I'm
hidden?
also wondering if there's anything worse than the crabs in
you
there.
want to go on this like, I'll let you go on the suicidal mission if you want, but
It's not. Look, it's not suicidal.
Down into a lava
If
lake
the
that's full
DM
of.
says it's suicidal,
Crabs
it's
cannot
suicidal.
swim. Crabs
Yes, they
cannot
can.
swim.
Yeah, they
They're
can.
not ghosts.
They can swim.
What do
They
ghosts
walk.
have to do with swimming?
they also have a
Walk
30-foot
along
swim
the
speed.
Yeah, but see, crabs can swim. They just can.
I'm just saying, like, I'll roll this attack with advantage as this crab stealthily tries to hit you if you'd like.
Also, if the DM says it's going to be suicidal, it's probably going to be suicidal.
If he's saying that, then there's probably nothing.
But hey, it's your choice.
note down there.
Does a 28 hit?
28 would hit.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's a good thing you're not going down there, right? Because they also grapple on hit.
Yeah, I thought they would because the crab with claws.
Because they crabs.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
as Fade, the intelligent character, decides not to fly down into the obscuring lava pit, we have no
In an-
idea what foul
an
things might be
alternate-
there.
In an alternate universe,
He
in
dies.
another Altsphere,
He gets eaten by giant lava crabs.
yeah.
So that's a hilarious crab just helicoptering through that
Yeah.
I assume water.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh, it is a good one, yeah. That's pretty much. I know they have like a little deployable like flippers.
But
that
yes,
meant that we
you
didn't
you
claim-
successfulully navigate and avoid an ambush by the lava crabs.
Sweet.
Pincer maneuver.
If you'll pardon the pun.
The pin's been made like 5 times.
And also, we didn't add any more time since I.
Yeah,
With the
we
distraction.
cut back closer to the road when Fade was pissing them off.
Yes, you successfully managed to shave off the extra time. Maybe an extra minute just to, not be next to it, but
Yeah.
not anything significant.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, as you begin making the rest of your way through here, that appears to be the only large obstacle was potential pincer maneuver by crabs. You begin making your way towards the large tower. Now, the tower appears to have doorways at the base of it as you begin to get closer. Again, interesting, no guards anywhere. In fact, you don't really see a lot of anyone near. It's surprisingly sparse.
There's no one. That's interesting.
No one other than animals.
Maybe the animals ate all the guards.
As you come close to the spire, you notice there are entryways into the spire at the base, but also where the large arcing metal archways from the turrets enter the spire about They come from the wall, which is about 500, so they kind of dip a little bit. So they're about 300 to 400 feet up the wall. They also seem to reach into a balcony around the spire, as there looks to be other entrances on above the spire that you could potentially reach into as well. There also appears to be balconies up above every 500 from the top, where there aren't any like bridges or anything, but similarly, it looks like there's small balconies up the spire for entities to enter from the rings hovering above if you really want to go high. But the main two decisions are: do you want to enter the tower through the base, or do you want to reach up to enter it via the archways that enter it midway?
I don't like what it currently is like at the base. They seem a little too comfortable. So I think there'll be something, like an alarm at least, on the base door.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we go in at this, just the next level up, which is what, 300 feet you said?
Let's go 350. It was a 300 to 400.
400-ish.
It's nil for now.
Yeah. That's my thought.
How do we get up there?
There's a few options. We've got some people that can fly. We've got how many polymorphs you got left in that stick? Fuck you.
I've still got five in the wand, and I've got one, or at least one, in my own personal spell slots.
Because I've gotten one thought. If you make me...
Everybody lizards?
No, I was thinking make me just into a quet so I can carry everybody up. Because I'd look fiery, I imagine.
Maybe not.
Have you seen a fiery quetz? I'm sure that yours is
When I turned into the T-Rex previously, it showed some indication it was still me, on account of that's how polymorph works.
I mean, polymorph doesn't usually work like that. That's more wild shape.
Oh, polymorph does. It's the it's got the what's it called? It has like some indication of it.
Oh yeah, you still like know who your allies and enemies are when you're polymorphed.
Yeah.
Like you still act effectively like a loyal pet.
Yeah. There's no like. It's because you can't specifically change him to look exactly like this.
Also, are there any kind of like dinosaur-looking creatures in the nature reserve?
I was genuinely thinking, shit, is this Jurassic Park? Are we about to get eaten?
No. As you look around, there only appears to be the most dangerous looking thing is the giant crab.
Right.
Which is pretty dangerous.
I would say the most dangerous animal is Alvina.
I was about to say, you're going to say Alvina. I mean, yeah. But still. But yeah, it would either be something like that, or something that can climb that's big.
Giant ape.
Yeah, that was one of my thought ones.
I
will say a giant ape climbing a spire, carrying a bunch of people, kind of too. I've seen that before somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking more your Quetzal idea, because
also, we might not get a grip on an adamantine tower as a giant ape.
Yeah, and plus we could probably fly there a lot faster than we can.
Because Quetzals are fast.
I look around for any possible way to climb up. Like, is it smooth rock all the way up, or like if I just fly?
It is smooth metal all the way up. It is made of a red infused adamantine.
Yeah. I'm imagining looking like Orthanc, kind of like there is no handhold because it's built not to have handholds.
Do you have any magnets?
Is adamantine magnetic? Question.
It's not usually red, it's usually green, as anyone who's played RuneScape knows.
That depends if you play Terraria.
It's also iconically pink in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, it's red in a thing. Basically, adamantine, weird looking metal. It doesn't have a consistent.
It's a weird fucking looking metal. Yeah.
So
is it an alloy?
In Geddon, it's black.
So you're saying you don't see any guards at all?
None. Or people.
Or people.
Yeah,
Just animals.
that's the bit. I can imagine not seeing guards. They're seeing nothing other than the adorable
Entirely
little pets.
on the structure as well, above.
As far as I
as
can
you-
see.
Can I ping up my heads-up display map? Are there any alternate entrances or doors that are not alarmed?
And
Why would
this-
the map have an alarm? Which
The map does not say that, and the two that I've already recommended.
Yeah.
and
There-
also
there are
this
two passageways.
I can.
belongs
I can-
to the princess.
Yeah. This
I
might
can
be
I
Yeah.
her.
don't feel like this
Someone-
is her own personal park.
I imagine this is her private garden. Yes.
I can fly up with someone. We can go in through the upper area balcony and then fly down and open the door.
This is why it's not guarded.
Yeah. I'm
Doesn't expect anyone to be in it.
Oh, all her personal guards are down on the in the thing.
Oh,
there was a,
all of them.
all yeah. Well, she had 4, and
Not all of them.
She-
You killed at least 4 of them.
You killed at least 4 of them, and there might be one that
And
was
so
sent
at least
back.
4 patrolling.
And there might be one that was sent back.
her personal guards.
I imagine the royal guards are her personal guard. Have more
Didn't
than
she have
4.
3? Didn't she have 3 of them?
She had 4 and the big. She had 4 and the big guy, didn't she? With her.
Yes.
The big
she
guy is
just-
back on the ship.
She dismissed the captain because she had me.
The captain will be on here, most likely, in where we're going.
Of course he will be.
Oh, what was? Oh, did she say his name, or did she just say captain?
I actually don't remember. I don't remember.
No.
I watched the stream back for that, and I was like,
I didn't.
oh, I'll make note of that. Fuck.
No,
you-
I believe she only referred to him as Captain.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think the turn me into a Quetz, I'll fly us up.
Mhm.
It's not the most inconspicuous thing, but setting off the alarm's going to be more obvious, I think. It's a
Why
big
do we
tower.
think the door's alarmed?
This is too convenient.
Because it's too easy.
This is too convenient. No, Alvina is genuinely thinking that as well. It's too convenient.
Plus, if we can fly, we can literally fly over everything and literally go as the crow flies to the central tower.
I agree we should go further up, but I
next
don't
to
know
the
why
tower.
you think it's being alarmed. I
Because
don't
Not
see
enough
them
in it.
using a lot of technology in the
it doesn't need to be
Yeah.
technology.
instructions.
Would it be alarmed just to stop the animals coming in? Like the animals come in, beep beep. They know the animals in.
Pretty much. Yeah. There'll be some. I think that if there's going to be security, it's going to be at least on the bottom level.
Or then let's fly up.
That's my thought. At least go one level up if we think it's fairly safe. But seems a
Yeah.
little off on the base level at least.
I agree with going further up because we want to get up the structure as fast as we can.
And that.
As the nervous system controls is most likely at the very tippy top.
It'll be in the top or somewhere.
They
I doubt
put
it's
it
behind
down at the
that.
bottom. I don't understand
Yeah, I-
where they're going with this, and that's just bloody stupid.
It's
You
not
can't
gonna-
see where you're going.
It could be in the
I'm
middle.
bored with this. I fly in and open the door for you guys. I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna begin flying away from you guys.
Okay.
Right, because I'm about
you
to
are
pull him
you.
off Alvina into a giant dinosaur bird.
Hurry up! Come on, fly!
Yep.
It's so
Sorry.
fun.
I know. That's the last thing you hear before she turns into a Quetzalcoatlus.
That's terrifying.
She is very fiery looking.
I want to study this creature.
Not
But-
Alvina, though. Wait, I can't understand you. You've taken away a translator for Fade. God damn
Albina,
it.
Albina is the Quetzalcoatlus. Shrugs.
We
One
can't
of-
translate Alvina either. Ugh.
Hilariously, the person
Let's
who can,
go.
Hilariously, the person who can speak with animals in the party is also Alvina. I could have took. Oh fuck it! I should have done that earlier. Too late. I could have asked the freaking animals for directions and things. I have speak with animals.
This entire time, yeah, it's fine, Wolfie. This entire time, I could have cast tongues on myself so y'all could understand me, and I'm just not.
No, don't waste spells.
That's why mine's a freebie. So But yeah.
So fuck you is essentially going to sit on your head.
I'm fine with this. I'm massive.
Oh, of course.
Actually, question, Chris. Does my belt of giant strength work while polymorphed?
Oh no, all items
Okay.
merge into your form.
Yeah, because I know you can't use weapons
Strength
and
is
things, but I
15.
wasn't sure about like passive items. So,
Nah.
so yeah, I'm still strong enough. I'm pretty sure to carry the entire party. So,
I mean, you're a huge creature.
strength
of
15.
Yeah.
You can carry the party up, you just can't carry the NPCs.
Can I not?
You can make 2 trips up to the balcony.
I know, so yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Make 2 trips
Yeah,
because
just to be safer. I think I might be able to, but be cutting it close, probably.
20 cultists.
Yeah, what, like £110 each? Probably.
I mean, we don't have to bring them.
We do.
Well, we could just let them die.
There we go.
Alrighty. So, you're flying up to the second story, effectively.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah.
The first like
Yep.
balcony. We're just getting up
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Is there enough space for you to even land, or is this like a little balcony?
No, it's a decent, like, 10-foot deep balcony.
Otherwise, this is gonna be a very interesting exit.
As you get up to the balconies, you find similar doorways kind of spaced interventionally throughout the spire that seems to lead into the interior. And you're able to kind of drop people up there. There doesn't look to be any guards up here. Similar, like, although actually I'm half tempted to do a fate roll to see if anyone's having a smoke. 1 second. Let's see if anyone's unlucky.
That's fair.
Let's see. Be unlucky for you guys technically. So low roll.
Come
Nope.
on.
Nope, perfectly clear. Not a single person up there.
They don't
all
smoke.
it goes in your direction. They don't smoke.
I mean,
I really wanted to just float up in front of one and just Assassin's Creed them off the edge.
So did I, but nat 20.
Yep, not 20.
Oh,
None of these fire elementals smoke.
All the traffic lights just go green for you guys as you're flying up.
Does anyone feel like
Five Natty would find it,
Someone actually left his wallet on the balcony.
does anyone feel like this is too easy? I say to no one who can understand me.
So, who is peeking through the door to see into the interior? Who is giving me a stealth check?
Gwent will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the most stealthy and the most.
Gwen, as you lead the way and push open one of the large stone doors to peer inside, you find yourself staring into what appears to almost be a large cavern-like construct, or at least the spire appears to be hollow.
Makes sense. That would be really weird if it was not hollow, actually.
After let me slightly adjust that. After you walk down a decent like 60-foot depth corridor, then you come out into the cavern because I feel like these walls are gonna be a little thick.
That makes sense. Adamantine wall.
Yeah. So after you open the doorway, it leads into a small tunnel with a slight curve to it, such that you have to go to the end of the tunnel before you can blast things inside. The DM very quickly adjust the battlefield to make so you can't fucking shoot from the outside.
Yeah.
You find yourself staring into a large cavern-like construct, or a large cylindrical tower interior of a very dimly lit environment. Do you have dark vision?
No, you don't.
Ooh,
You're the one person who
Don't
doesn't.
No.
Then everything is a flicker of shadow. It's not entirely pitch black in here. There appears to be a light source deep below, but it's got that deep, dim red hue of if you're entering into a building with a fire source at the bottom and no other natural source of light, but that is also being obscured, as there appears to be a large landmass in the center of the tower, a good 300 feet down. Or maybe not quite 300, it kind of leaps up. Most of these are
250?
only supposed to be 30. No, because I know where I want you guys to be, and it's actually like, let's say 60 feet above. No, let's go 100. Let's go 100 feet above. So 100 feet down beneath you, there appears to be a spider web of land masses that are blocking the light source up, casting a shadow and obscuring the light into the rest of the tower.
I think we chose the correct decision to go up a level. To be honest.
What do you see?
you can make out what
It's
appears
fucking
to be
dark.
small dots of flame about 100 feet down, around a large central blue glass dome that is currently obscured, that appears to have a small gap around it where light is emanating from it, casting a red hue on the glass. As without dark vision, I'm not quite going to show you the map just yet.
Would I be able to surmise that the blue dome would be the control?
It does appear like you are in some form of central chamber. Potentially, the blue dome might be some sort of control node. You're not entirely sure. It's really hard to make out with your your limited vision in this red, dimly lit cavern. It occurs to you that you need some sort of either dark vision or light source to be able to actually see everything
I'm
clearly.
gonna point towards where I saw Gwent and use message, and basically ask it, is everything okay down there? What can you see?
I say what Chris said.
Stark.
Oh shit!
Dark,
Some sort of
blue
dim
dome,
red
light.
cavern. There's definitely I can see flickers of flame dots about 100 feet down. There's a red glow emanating around everything.
Is there enough?
But there's nobody near me. I can see that.
Is there enough space for the Quetzalcoatlus to fit down the corridor? Because if they don't change you back,
I'm
just
gonna
walk down the
have to
corridor.
fuck you.
What's the
No,
size?
no.
I'm gonna say it's a 10-foot corridor.
It's huge,
Yeah,
but it's skinny huge. But it's like a giraffe, basically.
Yeah.
If it's category huge, then you can squeeze down it. You just have disadvantage on things.
I'm gonna start squeezing down it if nobody
I'm gonna
changes.
say send fuck you down here, not the bird.
Fuck you, go help Gwent, because
Yeah,
I'll-
you, goes down and
I'll message you in a minute or two to see.
Your thumbs
Also,
up in
did
the
you guys
dark.
want to go left or right? There's doorways on the left or right where the thingy's in. Arbitrary decision, left or right, guys.
Right,
Left.
right's my favorite.
I'd say left.
It's just where to start you on the
It's
map.
not right,
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Left.
Quick.
Oh, apparently
make a
everyone
roll.
wants to go left. Okay, well,
When we
it's a group
die, it's your
decision.
fault.
So I'll have you guys enter in on the left.
can go right.
Fuck you, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Still with a lampshade on his head.
Naturally,
17.
it's a pretty low roll for you,
check.
actually.
Does that
Massive.
give you advantage on stealth or something?
No,
No, it's just a lampshade.
it's just a bit.
Well, and do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Then you're able to make out more details other than the graininess. And it's mostly just because you're 100 feet up for Gwen. Once you're down on the ground, you'll be able to make out everything, or like when it's pointed out to you.
It's a
But
big
for the
deal.
sake of scouting, it's a little bit difficult. But anyway, yes. Luckily for you, their passive perception is 16.
Ooh.
Let me just go ahead and grab some character things to throw on here. Gwent and Fukyu, and I'll grab the rest later.
It's a fucking magma droth or something in here.
As you're able to see in, you guys are up on the silver railing that is 100 feet above everything else on the map. The central chamber.
There's the captain. It's Captain Rag.
In addition, you spot 2 fire guards patrolling the silver metal walkway above the cavern. On the same level you guys are, but further down to the right.
Okay.
No,
Are they
this is
heading away from us or towards us?
away from you right now. They're currently stationary.
Ah, see with your right hand door.
How far away from us are they? Did you say 100 foot?
Whatever the distance on the map is, which is 110 and 155.
265 total.
I should actually put the
I'm
distance.
assuming this guy is the captain, yeah?
Yeah. So he's got
Yes.
unit model.
He is standing next to the what appears to be some sort of control paneling, some sort of like God, what do you call a
Console.
A console? Thank you. He appears to be next to the console that is connected into this large blue dome sphere in the center of the room. There's currently a gap around it. It's currently hovering over a gap in the center of the obsidian floor, with red light from below flashing up through it, or emanating up through it as just a static light. But it appears to be doing a soft spin rotation, almost like some sort of wheel,
I meant to
or some
ask.
sort of like spinning orb.
I meant to ask actually. Is he actually equipped with a hammer?
Yes,
And
I
is
gave
it-
him a mace.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mace. Okay. It's not a warhammer. It's a mace. Got it. I was going to ask if it's a warhammer or a maul, essentially.
It is a maul actually.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, I was going to try charm them, but I need to be 5 foot.
That's a bit danger close, I think.
Yeah. Plus, I think they were immune to the charm as well, because I tried that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were. You're right, because they're royal. The royal guard ones are, and
yeah.
he's a bigger version, so he definitely. 100-foot distance from railing to floor. Okay.
To remind us between the silver and the red.
Yeah. The silver's like a gantry, you said, right?
It is a walkway railing that is over the entire cavern.
Cool.
So essentially, like your stage railing above it.
Yeah. It's gantry, pretty much. Yeah. I think a gantry's that.
Yeah, the only long range.
I don't think I actually know what gantry is.
Yeah.
I think it's like a like the metal walkways that you get in like games and behind theatre productions and things.
Then yes, it's exactly that.
Cool.
Yeah, the only long range spell that I've got is Storm Sphere.
It'd do
So it's
damage,
like-
but it wouldn't do a lot, right?
No.
We don't know if they're resistant to lightning. They might be, because there is radiant, so lightning's the other one that'd probably click, right?
Does the spinning orb kind of resemble maybe a power source or an engine of some kind?
It's hard to tell 100 feet away from it. It's obscured spinning glass, and the momentum makes it really hard to see if there's anything inside it. So you're not sure if there's like energy inside it, or a person, or mechanics. You need to get close to it to make that determination.
Okay.
I
cool.
will say, Alvina, if you bring in Alvina, she has pinpoint vision for 100 feet, as in she can make up fine detail.
Yeah, but you're still a giant bird.
You can turn me back if you want.
For note, the area under the obsidian walkways and the small island in the center is just a red glowing darkness that extends beyond your dark vision.
Assume,
You have no idea how far down this hollow pit seems to go.
I'm assuming Death Star reactor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is my mental image. That is
Can I
to
just
the power.
check? Are there railings?
Not
Or is it
on
just
the
a flat
walkways,
walkway?
no. However, there the dotted around gray rings appear to be cranes, 3 of which are engaged with chains lowering into the darkness below.
I'm gonna pull my DOS lute out and just strum a couple strings, and Fucky's gonna turn invisible,
Cool.
Alright, you do so.
and then he's gonna like just start making his way along the gantry.
Oh, I turned back as well.
Yeah, because it's concentration.
Yeah.
Alright, so
yeah.
Fukyu is going deeper into enemy territory. That's fair enough. Gwent, what are you doing? Are you letting the party know what you've discovered from, I assume Fukyu's detail a little bit more of to what they can see with their dark vision?
Yeah, Zormir said he'd call back in a second, so when he does, I'll just explain what's going on, how many people, and fuck yous. Went invisible with a smile that I found deeply upsetting.
Yeah, well, as soon as Alvina turned basically back,
Yeah.
she would start going down the corridor. She'd be like, he just stopped concentrating on the polymorph. I'm gonna go and check if anything's wrong.
I'll bring message first and see what the hell's going on, rather than you barrel in. And that's the triggering point for the...
I wasn't planning on barreling in, but...
I'm just gonna put you guys over here for the sake of grabbing minis.
It's easier, yeah, I get that.
Get rid of Q and Gwent. Also, James, can you see the maps? Since I don't think you're in Roll20.
No.
Sure, I will send you the maps in a second.
This is a very cool map. I really like this one.
That way you're actually...
I'm trying to log into actual Roll20 instead of having it on my phone, but it's fucking updates and updates and updates. Ah, well. You know what they say.
You can see what the lovely garden looks like.
It's a very pretty garden.
Look at those trees. I'm so happy with how those trees came out.
They look really good, yeah.
The trees are really good, yeah. Yeah, so fuck you's looking. I can't remember why I wanted to get closer.
You want to see what was inside the orb.
Ah, yes, I wanted to get a better look at the orb to see if it looked like a kind of engine or energy source or anything like that.
Are you doing anything to lower yourself closer to it, or are you just trying to use the extra like 50 feet closer you've gotten to hopefully be enough?
Yeah, just the closer just to see if
Okay.
We need to get you
the DC is going to be a little bit higher since you're still quite a distance away, but go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah, we need to get you a telescope or something.
Oh yeah, do you have a telescope or anything? Because I would lower the DC.
I don't think we ever needed one because Alvina's eyes. She is the telescope for the party on the ship.
17?
You can make out hues of red inside of it, and given the consoles have various buttons around, and you can actually, you should probably have I don't know why he's at the console. He just has all his guards do stuff, so I'm going to put the guards at the console, and he can like stand at the console.
He's overseeing.
Yeah, he's not doing the actual work, he's overseeing. He appears to be saying something in Primordials to the two guards that are like thingy the console. It's also interesting to note too that it's the guards that seem to be controlling the engine. There doesn't look to be any technical staff in here. Or at least if they are, the technical staff are also trained guards.
Which honestly would kind of actually make sense.
For like a military vessel.
Yeah, this is a proper like royal warship. I could imagine it being guards, or at least the same type of thing.
But it looks like it's definitely something, and you kind of feel almost like a subtle pulse of heat coming from beneath, deep into the dark red void in this massive cavern. It seems to almost be like increasing in heat.
Are they actually?
Sort of like it's building up something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep the engine running. It might be.
Yeah. Fuck you's then gonna like crawl back along the gantry, back to Gwent, and be like, and just whisper from the darkness and just be like, Gwent.
These guys on the move. Yeah. What's the rest of the party doing? I'm assuming some of you guys will have started like coming down the corridor and be approaching Gwen. It's a short like 60-foot corridor. It's not particularly long to traverse.
I think I can see Gwen just straight up as she just sneaks up, and Alvina will definitely at least be in there.
Yeah. So Fucky's gonna say, I think that's the engine. Well, at least it controls everything. It's getting really warm over there.
From where we are, do we feel a temperature change?
Not particularly, no.
Maybe they're keeping it
Kind
running.
of feels like they're either stoking the engine or turning it up or something along that lines.
Oh,
Might be,
maybe the princesses should be back soon. Maybe, and they're just readying the engines. Maybe it takes like a while for it to charge up.
That or they're going to fire the cannon.
What at? No, that's not our problem right now.
Yep.
That'd be very
It's also, I'm gonna advance the clock a little bit just from the rest of your journey to it, the getting ready to go up and the like stealth. So I'm gonna put up 50 minutes.
Mm.
Extra 20 makes about sense to get the rest of the distance.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do we have any idea of how to either make these guys work for us,
No.
or get rid of them?
We tried the getting them to work for us bit already. They don't seem interested.
Okay.
No, especially not with the captain there.
Yeah, that captain's gonna be a problem. Nice hammer though.
So should we try get rid of them all and then try to figure out how to fly this thing?
Yeah, actually, Alvina's going to get a little bit forward so she's within 100 feet of that the nearest like guard who's at a console. By the way, if she can. How
Let's see,
far?
they're 100 feet down. So mechanically, by physics, at the diagonal, you wouldn't be able to. But screw that. So if you get at least perpendicular to them.
Alvina's basically wants to see what he's doing with the hands on the console, like if he's using a bit of fire to like work it or not, or if it's like
What's
actual buttons and things. That's basically all she wants to check.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
You would have to go up onto the across obviously the gang railing, and there's also a guard coming down this one to the north here.
I'd wait for. I guess I'd wait for him to pass, wouldn't I? Yeah.
They do look to be taking their sweet ass time, just strolling, stopping, looking over. They don't appear to be doing any serious patrol. They're kind of just pondering down these gang walkways.
Oh dear.
But imagine the rest of the party is now starting to spill out into the area, other than like the NPCs.
Would I be able to get a view from about like here if the other guards go? Because the guards are going the other direction, right?
I'll say yes, but it's going to be a tricky stealth check.
It's either tricky stealth check or definitely get spotted, really, isn't it? And we've not got. We're on the clock, so. And I have I have a dice.
Like, who can hit the captain from a distance?
Not very well. And I've not got my gravity.
With a spell, yeah.
With anything.
With
Plus 13.
anything. I'm thinking surprise attack, and then we just go from there.
I think if for anyone, it'd probably be Lou.
Yeah, probably.
Loon is 20 colors.
Lou and his army. But yeah,
Silly question. Is there an actual way down from the gangway that I missed, or?
Oh, yes, I was going to describe. It's mostly because I was going to describe this when you were on the ground trying to get up to the gangway. These large blocks aren't technically the like entrances. They are not stairs. They are ladders down. So each of these rectangular grey blocks on the top left, right, and bottom right are ladders. No, so the ones that you guys are technically on, because I'm also duplicating them as gangways. Or as like the platforms.
Yeah.
So yes, just 5 feet to your left, there is a ladder down.
Okay, Alvina's gonna go. I'm gonna see what he's doing, because if it's working with pyromancy, I might be able to fly this thing. If it's not, we're gonna have to figure it out on the fly. So Alvina's going to basically go.
Start doing stuff.
Give me help. Wish me luck. And Alvina's basically going to try and go this route because she thinks it's a little bit safer.
And
Guidance.
get a bardic inspiration.
Cool.
Plus, you still got the D6 heroic.
Is it only D6? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense why I have.
6.
That makes sense why I have 2 different hero dice on my sheet.
I'm gonna start making my way down the ladder.
But yeah.
All right, fair, you do so.
See, I've got obviously Mal Vision, and I am within 100 barely for the Eagle's Vision's perfect, even more perfect vision. So.
I'm going to use the big guy's passive.
That is fair.
As he has the higher passive perception, and also because you are technically going out into like what he might be able to catch out of the corner of eye from movement.
Yeah.
And, you know, I quite like the idea of just you being spotted on the gang walk if you are stealthy enough. So go ahead and give me that stealth check. against his passive.
That is fair. I'm assuming this isn't rocky terrain, so I can't get the advantage. Because I'm the gangway. I've got a gargoyle cloak, basically, that's why. So, would that count?
I think, because the background's all wall. I'm going to allow it just because the gangway is the only thing that's metal in here other than the console. Everything else is... like even the interior, they've like paved over the metal with a rocky surface.
Ah, gotcha. I suppose
just to
make
it look like a cave inside. Their aesthetic appears to be inside volcano.
I like that. Okay. 21, and just in case, I'm gonna use the hero die. What's the hero die do?
Use the guidance first.
Oh, okay, guidance first. Yes. 25. I'm happy with 20. I was like, he might have 21. If anyone's gonna have 21, it's that guy.
So you're happy with to go on a 25?
I'm happy with a 25. That'll.
Okay.
If he sees me on that, well, fuck. Is my thought.
As you make your way, kind of half crouching, half running along the gang walk in, the classic sneaky from area to area.
The wood elf way.
The wood elf way. You get to the center where you can get a more direct look on this console, and do you have dark vision?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's fine. With your dark vision and your long vision sight, there's no need to make a check. As you catch sight of this console, you notice that it similarly seems to be made of this metallic green metal rather than any sort of natural material. And as you're looking at it, they seem to be, rather than like channeling anything into it as you might expect with pyromancy, there seems to be this dark green metal keywork kind of built into the console, which give me an intelligence check, because I think you have seen these previously.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if you remember them.
Maybe.
The coloring reminds you of the almost alien-like metal that the Republic uses. Would this appear to be aberrational technology they're using?
Okay. So would it look similar to the Arc Table? Was that aberration?
No, that was Arcanite technology.
Okay.
This is almost like this is gun green, like future sci-fi tech.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. So yeah, that's good enough for Alvina to go. Zorme can probably figure it out. She will do the sneaky back and go, right, I know it is Zorme. It's a console.
Zormir is currently climbing down a ladder and has just reached the bottom of the 100-foot long ladder.
I'll tell him later.
Zormir, you find yourself on the obsidian pathways. Other than the ones on the little islands, like directly ahead of you, there doesn't seem to be any fire guards down here. There's only the 3 in the center and the 2 off on the islands, next to what appears to be just kind of a central wall around this whole map, if you just assume. There are doorways leading out into corridors beyond this, out into the underground corridors you previously were, as it was the other entrance.
I've thought of something.
Point the bit of metal up back at the ones up there. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and start getting down here. Or at least have some of you deal with the people upstairs, and the rest get down here.
Yeah. I've had a thought of how we can deal with the captain, by the way. Well, unfortunately, might have to miss out on the loot if we do it this way, but it might work. I start saying that to fuck you. Hey, fuck you. When we actually get into this shit, you think you could throw the captain off the cliff? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. I was literally... Did I disconnect?
You're still here.
Cool. Yeah, I was asking, I asked fuck you if it... Well, while we're getting down the ladder, I'm asking fuck you if he has any way of getting the captain off the edge.
Not really.
Darn.
Alright, whoever is going down the ladder, if you move yourself closer to like the edge of the obsidian walkway, We're going to use that as like differentiate the heights here.
That's fine.
Anyone inside the squares of the gangway is going to be up top.
Cool. Yeah, I think Alvina's more useful down here.
Fade, where would you like to be? I'm assuming you'd like to be on the gangway up top.
I don't know.
We
Do you
need
want
some.
to be out of range of any attacks or?
I mean, closest. Like, how far away is it? Sorry.
100 feet.
I'm back in
The
now.
gangway is
So
100 feet above the walkways, 100 feet above the little islands, effectively. The
Can I
island is over a dark abyss.
Can I not fly? Over?
Yes, you can.
Like, up, sort of hug the rooftops so that I can be like a drop bear?
To
At the
clarify,
drop of a hat?
the rooftop is a spire that reaches up about 400 feet. I'm just going to
Right.
assume that you are going to be in the air in a reasonable
the-
shooting distance.
Yeah, in the rafters, kind of. Yeah.
So 100 feet on the gangway. Got it.
Gangway height.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can hover over next to the gangway. That's fine. But just
That
to give
kind
you
of
a rough
level.
idea where you are. Yeah, that kind of level,
Yeah.
right? We're dealing with 2 levels here, guys. Let's not make
Yeah.
vertical gameplay any more complicated than
It's
it needs to be.
already weird.
You're either in shooting distance or not in shooting distance.
I imagine Lou and the cultists are going to be up on top since they
Insane.
don't care about their range because they're fine.
Yeah, Abigail is technically a melee fighter, and melee fights in the
I
backgrounds
can
during
be
support rounds.
wherever
She'll be down with us.
I'm asked to be.
And Mr. Popular, as a pacifist, isn't going to fight and is going to hang out with the Point, who is also a ranged or can be a ranged attacker.
He's mostly a ranged attacker, so
Because we'll need
So-
some people to deal with the people up top.
that's why I went
And-
Lou, the Point, and the army of cultists will be up top,
Yeah, I can do that.
and wherever Gwent wants to be.
I think 90 feet. Between 60 and 90 feet I need to be.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to put you on the second layer for simplicity's sake, for reminding me of who can actually spot you.
Yeah. And if I need to rush in, I'll rush in.
The only thing I can think of to potentially get the captain over the edge,
Yeah.
is to polymorph him into something, and if you just throw him over. But
That might work.
don't know. I mean, if this engine is based on like primordial fire, it might
It's
burn him.
No, our main thing, it's an abyss. Even if it doesn't kill him, he's not going to be around for very long, and it'll give us time.
Yeah, I mean, does he have legs or does he have?
He has legs. He has legs.
So he probably doesn't float.
Yeah, he might be able to just rocket propel fly. But
Yeah, his body appears to be imbued with floating magma rocks.
But so the thought is, if you turn him into a sheep don't fly. So when he hits whatever the power core is, even if that doesn't kill him, he's going to come back up.
Unless all the bludgeoning damage just kills him outright.
Which he might.
Yeah, man.
It depends what he lands in, really.
Yeah.
Or what breaks the
All right.
volume off.
So, the party is now subsequently split between the melee characters down on the lower layer, 100 feet beneath, and the ranged characters up 100 feet, who can deal with the guards on the railing while also firing down.
Mhm.
How would you like to approach this, gang?
So fuck you is still invisible.
Okay.
I'm assuming it hasn't been. How long's it invisible for?
It's a
like an
while.
hour.
It's an hour for basic one, I think.
Um,
Yeah, because greater invisibility is 10 minutes, so yeah, invisibility is now.
so I could sneak up behind this guy, polymorph him, like into a cat or something, and then try to throw him over.
Yeah. Don't do a cat, they land on their feet. He might be fine.
Oh,
Do a hamster.
goldfish.
Do a hamster. No, don't do a goldfish, it'll suffocate and break too early.
Yeah,
do
they'll
like
just go
do
splat.
something that's do like a gerbil. That'd be funny.
Technically, no. It needs to be bigger than that because, like, a squirrel won't actually die from impact damage. It would die from starvation.
Even better. Actually.
Yeah, but then the polymorph would pop before actually lands. So what I'm thinking is something heavy enough
That's what I was saying, the sheep.
to be thrown over, And
Before we get into this, I'm going to quickly grab some more water because it sounds like we're about to do the
I think we are, yeah.
start combat and get half an hour in and see what happens before we.
Mhm.
But yeah, plan how you're going to do stuff while you got water.
Yeah, I think turn him into like a small sheep.
yeah,
I'll try. How far is it? It's 100, isn't it? I'm gonna get spotted. Turn him into something small enough that you can throw him off, because I might not be able to get there in time.
What about a baby giraffe? They
They-
have difficulty walking.
They're massive, though.
No, a baby one.
Yeah,
yeah, they're still
Yeah,
about
they-
6 foot tall.
you're like 6'6"
They're still
for a
big.
baby giraffe. I don't. It's like twice the size of fuck you.
Yeah,
Just because you don't have faith in fuck you doesn't mean the rest of us don't.
I have a lot of faith in fuck you. I don't have a lot of faith in fuck you's muscles.
no, fuck you's got like a -1 to
Yeah.
their strength.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I say it's like something small.
yeah, that's what I'm just looking at.
Like CR0 animals would be the easy
Mhm.
ones.
Yeah, sheep.
The sheep's a classic, isn't it? Like it's just a small sheep.
A lamb.
Basically a lamb, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he dies on impact, fine. Like if the actual polymorph breaks on impact, it's fine because it's probably going to put him far enough out
Mhm.
to not be a problem for a while, so we can deal with his minions. That's kind of my thinking. Even if we can't kill him with it, it gets rid of it for a while, and then we can deal with him when he comes back. Because we might get some time. If we deal with him quickly enough, we might be able to like heal up and stuff. Because these guys fucking hurt. We've already proved that.
Alrighty, we ready to go?
Think so.
I got my stat blocks ready. All right, so what is the initiating action you guys are doing?
Fuck you, polymorphing the fire elemental captain into a sheep.
So
Alright,
fuck
now.
you is sneaking behind the or
Behind the
here.
captain.
Now, as I previously mentioned, this guy does have a higher passive
Yep.
perception than the guards, so I am going to need a fresh stealth check from you.
That's fine. I'm
There's
invisible, so I've got advantage.
There's a chance you might not make this.
Also, is it... Alvina's going to get as close as she thinks that you will be out of... Thank God you have advantage. Out of...
Why? What?
Well, what does that even mean?
I don't know. It's rolled 3 dice.
Can I get, knowing the plan, can I get in to about 60 feet away from the guy? I say about. Can I get
if-
exactly 60 feet from the guy?
If you are not invisible, no.
I-
Because he can't
I-
easily see you.
I will turn invisible and fly over him 60 feet away.
Then I'm also going to need a stealth check from you.
Cool. Just so I can assist with that.
I
Yeah.
don't...
I think it's
Uh,
28. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I'm gonna be generous here and take the 28 because all the others fail.
I'm so happy... I am so happy I decided to take a higher one. Just on the off chance.
Well, we'll see what Professor Fade. I don't know why I keep going there. We'll
Jesus.
see what Fade rolls
Fail.
It is a 6.
before I tell you what his passive is to let you know how close you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah!
Is it 27?
No, because
I passed it earlier with a 25.
To note, his passive perception is 24.
Thank God! Gwen, you saved my ass.
Higher than mine.
It's higher than mine. Well, that's saying something.
As the party is
Yeah.
getting into position,
Wasn't higher than
as
Lorcan's.
Fukyu is able to get up pretty much as close to this guy as you want. He appears to just be. He has a quite a large. He is huge, a 15-foot stature to him. Just this massive spiked flaming maul in one hand. The cinder armor floating around his body, but his body is now in the shape of a 2-foot humanoid. You can see magma rocks floating throughout his body. There is a series of broken volcanic rock that has been held together in the shape of a skull to make his face.
That's
Just for
awesome.
those who want to see what this guy looks like.
Oh,
You're welcome for the model,
no.
guys. It's awesome.
And, I guess I'll
Love
throw a picture into chat for James. You can really, truly appreciate who it is you're currently fighting.
We're fighting the fucking Fire Lord.
I recognise that guy.
Yes!
Yeah.
I played rugby with him.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for the Firelands raid. He's awesome. I love him. Bye.
I am just making him gargantuan on the map, however, just really make a nice imposing figure there. But he is categorically huge.
Categorically huge.
Categorically huge. So yeah, everybody go ahead and roll me initiative. Fuki will be able to get a pre-combat action off. As you get right up behind him, you notice his skull head swivel in the flaming fire that keeps it held together as it looks up into a random space in the ceiling where there currently isn't a creature except for the very obviously humming noise coming from Fade, who rolled such abysmal stealth check that everyone knows where they are.
It's more of a he turns in my direction and like the eye flashes up the map and I close my eye and it's like oops.
And this is where you really, really hope that the polymorph works.
Yep.
But am I within 60 feet of him at that point, or did I not get up to that?
You are, but he has spotted you, and
Okay.
you are not hidden from him.
Oh.
You're still getting the physical invisibility, but he
You
at
get the
least knows
standard
where you are.
invisibility benefit.
He at least knows
Buddy.
to hit fire on his turn if he beats you in initiative.
Oops.
A plume of smoke just go just over the top of you as forming around you as
Now that's what's going to be left of him after the initiative.
Actually need to give him a name here.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's Royal Fire Knight, which is a cool fucking title, honestly.
It is.
Where the heck am I?
And I'm not going to give the guards their individual turn this time around.
Yeah, this is basically a surprise round, but he's caught us. Sort of.
Shit.
It's meant to be a surprise round.
It's meant to be, but
you're-
unfortunately, fate's been
You're a very
detected.
good distraction.
Mm.
However, it is enough of a surprise for Fuki to get free action off.
Come on, fuck you.
Just gotta put royal.
Actually,
there.
come on.
Make it count.
Come on. Totally not Ragnaros. Roll really badly.
He got a 13.
So
Wait,
that
that's not
fails my
his. I used
DC.
Fire Knight. Oh, sorry, I haven't actually rolled first. I meant his initiative 13. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
1 second. 12.
Right,
I'm still just.
DC 15 Wisdom save against polymorph.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Did he get second in the initiative order? Oh no, I haven't put Fade in yet. Okay. There you go. He got technically joint third.
It depends what his dex is, actually, isn't it?
No, I just let the turn order decide when I do the descending
Wow.
order.
With my +1, I'm going first in initiative.
Alright, what's save
Never
throw?
gone
Wisdom?
first.
Wiz.
15 Wisdom.
Wisdom save. He does not have proficiency.
Okay.
So this is just a check. 15.
Oh!
Silvery Barb.
Oh, I was about to.
Yeah,
do
Silvery
that.
Barb.
That's why I got within 60 feet.
Silvery bards. Go ahead. I know it doesn't matter what
You
you
just reroll.
roll, but
You need
Technically,
to
we
make
can
a-
both use it.
Can I vote?
Since you're right beside him,
Mhm.
I know you are. I'm gonna sacrifice my invisibility.
Okay.
So
I mean,
silvery
my-
barbs.
My invisibility goes off when I polymorph him anyway.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah, they are
This-
casting a spell.
I see. All right then.
You both do it anyway. Just double
I
tap.
mean,
he
he-
didn't get polymorph.
yeah.
Shit.
I mean, it does stack
Yeah, I think it does.
technically.
It's why it's so like crazy. It's one of those
Yeah,
just
yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
ones.
I've
It's why
seen
it's
it on a
considered
stream.
broken. It's why it's considered a little broken.
I've seen it on a stream. 4 people have silvery barbs in one reaction.
This is a reroll, isn't it? Let me go.
He has to reroll.
Yeah.
Reroll.
He has
It's a 23.
silvery barbs.
Oh, you're also gonna silvery barbs?
Yeah.
Is everyone just gonna silver the? Oh, I
And I'm
feel
gonna
feel
give
so bad
the
for you guys in a
additional.
second.
I'm gonna give the additional D20 to Fukyu.
Okay.
It is an 11.
Oh!
Hooray! He's gonna use a
Right.
legendary resistance, isn't
Probably.
he?
As this legendary knight.
Hey, he burned legendary resistance. That's still good.
So yeah, a polymorph goes off. He he seems to shrug it off, and then Fukyu goes, "Ha
For a moment, his
Celebrate.
body seems to be shrinking into the polymorph form before suddenly a
Start
burning
getting woolly.
inferno ignites and destroys the magic with raw intensity as he shrugs it off and laughs this deep, booming, gravelly laugh of magmic rock just smashing together in his voice.
Shit.
And
Double oops.
in Ignan, that only those characters who understand Ignan here. It seems we have vermin upon the ship. Excellent. I was growing bored.
I just whispered to people next to me. He's noticed us, guys.
Ambi, kill them all.
They're all up on the open plains, the rabbits and whatnot.
As everyone rolls for initiative, and we get in to the combat for the ship's control. Fade, you get to go first.
Q, did you use your gain advantage on the next attack roll ability check saving throw? Did you give that to someone else?
No, because it failed.
No, you automatically get it.
I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
If you keep it for your, because you can save it for yourself. If you keep it for yourself, I'll just keep my one.
Yeah, I'll keep mine, you keep yours. Because
Sure.
I think we're the only ones within 60 foot of each other.
I think you're also going to need it.
Yeah, it is fair.
Ooh, I can
My turn.
play this knight stat block.
Yeah.
That's cool. My turn, and he's right there. I've used the first level. I'm just gonna mark that off.
Turns out,
Fuck.
guys, Captain of the Royal Guard, legendary creature. Who knew?
Literally the guy assigned to protect the princess.
Yep.
I am going to cast blindness on the guy. So I need a Constitution save, please.
I imagine
DC
Save.
DC
Okay.
19.
25.
Silvery barbs.
You've already used
You've already used your reaction.
Yeah,
It
but
is
it's
my
their
turn.
turn.
Oh, wait,
They have
yeah,
got their
wait,
reaction
so-
back.
Yeah.
Another silvery barbs.
28.
Fuck you,
You got plus 11.
son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, you have to use the lower roll, so it's 25. So.
Fair enough.
It's irrelevantly high.
Either way, it's success. Unfortunately, this one he does have proficiency with.
And I give my extra D20 to
Gwen, I guess.
Gwent, I think. Because Alvina, whenever she rages, she can reckless anyway.
Yeah.
So Gwent, you gain advantage on the next attack roll ability check or saving throw you make within 1 minute.
Don't worry,
And
guys.
I still have mine.
I am almost certain to kill myself on the fire night.
I fly another 30 feet away from that guy.
The two Southern Royal Knights begin to give you a look over there. I'm also gonna delete them and replace them with the named figure.
It's a first level, and a second level is going as well.
Chris, what about the initiative for the Brothers Grimm?
Remember, they are a support round,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
so you can use them as a sports ability. As they are an NPC and therefore do not get the full capabilities of a player character, because that way you can have more NPCs. And that gives me a simplified system that doesn't bog down the combat too much. Fate, is that your turn?
Bonus action, I'm going to do Animancy stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to target the knight?
No, my monster soul.
Oh, you're
my
fusion.
Yeah, I get I get a foreign anima.
All right,
basically.
cool. You start taking weird monster infusing things. Gwen, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, I've worked out that I can leg it up to here, cast Bane on that guy and that guy,
Nice.
and then move back a little bit.
Alrighty, so I need a knight and what was that? 2 guards.
No, just one. I can't get this one over here, unfortunately.
That's fair. A 27 charisma save.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, easily.
The 16 on the guards. Ooh, one of the guards failed.
Fails.
Hey.
Okay, so this guy has. Let's not do that. That's poison. That's not do poison. That's a good bane for a
Well,
minute.
that's a charismatic guy.
My
Captain
face
the guard.
takes on the form of a were rat, by the way. I'm using my cursed lycanthropy.
Yes, unfortunately for you, the guards are specially trained to resist any temptation to persuade or control them.
Mhm.
Have proficiency in charisma saves. Gwent, is that your turn?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Fuck you, it is your turn. The Royal Knight is looking down at you with just the essence of a sinister look on his floating skull face. What would you like to do?
We've not
I'm
damaged
gonna-
him yet. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, no.
gonna try stab him with my rapier.
All right, go for it.
Is it
You get advantage.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Dirty 20.
Oh, that's definitely
A
not
dirty
hitting.
20 glances off his cinder plate.
Yep. Because I think the guards are 20, so he's probably going to be more.
Bonus action, disengage and run.
Run, man! Is where he has Sentinel.
I was about to say, he better have sense.
He might.
That would be so hilarious.
I don't think I gave it to these guys.
I was imagining he might, because he's like captain of a royal guard. It's like, there's a chance if anyone's going to have Sentinel.
Is that your turn, Fukyu?
That would be me, yep. So
All right, it is now time for the Royal Knight as he kind of smacks his free hand against the cinder plate on his chest and in Ignan calls out, in the name of the Royal Knight, Smoldress, I will crush these vermin that have infested my lady's ship. Let the hunting and sport begin. As Fukyu, is that as far as you can get away?
Yep, I've only got 30 foot.
All right, then Smoldress is going to come over to the edge here.
He's going to throw you in.
And well, let's see if I can angle this right. No, I feel like that's unfair to the spirit of the ability. So let's have him just come up to the edge here. I'll kind of place him just a little bit to the corner, you know. And he is going to smash down. Where am I looking here? Oh, it's because I'm looking at the action.
Hammer down!
So you can take up to 3 of the listed actions. So he is going to do Heat Wave. He is going to stomp his foot into the ground, and a wave of molten fire rides towards you. As I need each creature in a 15-foot cube, which I believe that is going to be Gwent and Fukyu. If I can get the... Yeah, it's 15 foot. Gwent's just in range. I need you both to give me a strength saving throw.
Strength save.
Regret
Oh,
everything.
yeah, it should be good.
I'm gonna think
Destiny.
That's not bad.
70's pretty good. Probably not high enough, but pretty good.
Destiny
Hey, I'm happy
18.
with 17, you know?
I mean, that's good for a -1.
That's why I was like, for you guys, that's great.
Did put a DC on this. What's the DC of all the other ones? 18? Yeah, 18 is
I'm
all
going
the
to
other
say it
ones.
should
Oh.
be 16.
Ah,
No, I'm going to take the DC of the rest of the abilities, because that seems to be his flat ability. Apparently I just didn't write it in. Weird.
it happens.
So DC 18, Fukyu does succeed, because he has to
Barely.
equal it.
You know that Destiny going.
I would not make it, I swear. I'm going to use my destiny for something more
Do you have a
life-
bardic
As-
inspiration or anything that can give you a 1?
Oh, actually, yeah, I do. I've got my D6, so I automatically pass.
I got you, buddy.
Oh, nice way of using it. Then you take half of the 14 fire damage, so you both take 7 fire damage, unless you're resistant, then you take less. And you are not pushed 10 feet back off the walkway.
I thought that would be what it is with its strength.
Yep.
As he stops down, he continues forward, and in the single motion after the wave has passed you, as you are kind of stumbling, trying to keep hold, Fukyu, you look up as he grin or stares down at you with the essence of a grin and the swinging of his molten maul, and makes a molten smash attack against you for a 25.
Bollocks. Yep.
As he deals 16 bludgeoning damage and 13 fire damage.
29 total.
By the way, I don't know if that was intentional, Chris, That is actually one of his abilities. The guy in the picture I sent you. It's legitimately the name of an ability. That was awesome. I love it.
I don't think it was entirely intentional, but more just the inspiration of the aesthetic.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did play Molten Rock back in the day. So,
Yeah, exactly.
it's probably something from past memory.
But yeah, it's just something clicking back.
Yeah. But he can do up to 3 of the attacks. Do I want to do... has he noticed the rest of you yet? You guys haven't attacked yet, so I'm just going to focus on the ones who... although Fate has attempted to do it, so you know what? Just because I want to use all of them,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna use Magma Blast.
Yay!
He is going to, as he sweeps through with his maul and smashes it through Fuck You, who I'm just assuming it's slow motion. You get hit in the cheek and spin multiple times. He, with his free hand, forces it into his body, grabs one of the hovering molten rock inside his own body, rips it out, and aims it directly into the space where Fade is.
Good luck.
As he hurls it up to 120 feet away from him. Each creature in that 20-foot radius, which is just going to be you, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw from this molten rock.
Is the DC higher than 22?
It is 18.
Okay, so I can make this.
It's possible.
16.
16.
Would you like to do anything before I announce the results?
I get my extra D6.
You have a hero. Don't get a
Oh,
one.
I also have advantage, don't I? Because this is the first attack roll, ability check, or saving throw after my silvery barbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I need to use the extra D6 first.
Yeah.
Which I probably will be needing that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll roll the extra D6. Yeah, Gwen.
Mhm.
So I just need a 2.
4.
Hey,
4.
a 20.
You mostly dodge the rock.
Now, actually,
Now this is non-magical bludgeoning damage, right?
1
'Cause it's
second.
Because it's just a big rock.
No, the Royal Fire Knight's weapon attacks are magical, including
Oh.
the magma inside of him.
Oh,
Elemental.
damn it.
However,
damn.
part of it is fire, so I'm going to ignore the fire. So you only take the bludgeoning, which God, why
was
you are the most
12.
annoying one to do this.
I can see it on the screen. 6, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points.
So
So I
16.
take half.
Yes, you take half of that.
18 halved to 9 bludgeoning. That's all right.
Yep, and you ignore the fire and you move away.
You can glance
That is
and blow.
also a recharge, so I'd like to recharge at the end of his turn, but that is the end of his turn. I don't believe there's any bonus
Damn it.
actions.
Wouldn't that have been so fun, though? If that wasn't magical, it just would have burned
believe
up
that.
upon how you made. That would have been brilliant.
He does not recharge his magma blast for the next round.
Okay.
That's
Can
going
I-
to be him.
Can I leer down at him as any? This would immeasurably damage the rest of my party. I just want to float there looking like Vision.
That's fair. You can do so. Lou Grimm, it is your turn before the Royal Knights get to go. What would you like to do?
I feel I should be attacking him.
We all should. We all feel that.
So, what I'm going to try...
Thank you, Lou, for ignoring your own personal safety to help us.
Yeah, when you can get a nice range of him. Put the
Friends 4.
nice here. I'll just Mr. Popular back here. Oh, you actually, there he goes. You're actually in one of the grey cubes.
What I'm going to try is Mind Sliver.
Ooh,
Ooh, against
Intelligence.
Smoldress.
intelligence save.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's good at intelligence as well. We know he's good at con, we know he's good at charisma. He's almost certainly good at strength.
So intelligence saving throw on the Royal Knight, a 15.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, so he
Remind me what
takes...
Mine Silver do the other guy.
It's a D6 it's 6 psychic damage.
He's done 6 already.
Yeah.
2d6.
Must succeed in intelligence saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
Okay, it's not a deliberate, debilitating effect.
It should be 2D because
He
Oh,
He
yeah,
did.
it's
He rolled
2d6,
2D,
sorry.
he just rolled pretty bad.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
one.
five and a one.
Okay, 6 psychic, if I remember correctly. Ooh, he is resistant to psychic damage.
Ooh, that's
God
good.
damn it!
He
That's
has
good.
mental fortitude.
Hey,
But
he
still
takes
the
damage.
3.
He still takes damage.
He takes 3, and he has a negative d4 on his next save.
Do you know that Bane that didn't work? Worked.
Yeah, it might work. In
for the next
future,
one.
it might.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, effectively, it is Bane.
But, Lou Grim, you have drawn technically first blood. It is psychic damage, and there isn't technically any blood involved. He also doesn't
nosebleed.
have blood.
But
Which
you
is slightly
have done
bigger
the first
issue here.
damage.
But you have
drawn the
done first damage to
magma.
him. Congratulations, and
Yay,
given him a negative d4. Lou Grim, is that your turn? Would you like to move or do anything else while we move on to the Royal Knights? Oh, and also, well, your support round will come off cooldown. Also, some Moldris's legendary actions have come off cooldown on his turn.
Okay.
I think I'm okay where I am.
But let's have the Royal Knights begin to take aim at the party. The 2 guards on the consoles are going to focus on those because they're busy at work prepping the area. But the ones in the rafters are going to take aim. And Lou Grim, you are the first to be targeted for your ranged attacking, as the Royal Knights are going to cast a firebolt blast at you. Let's see, they can each do 2. Does a 13 or a 16 hit?
The 16 hits.
16 hit. That's because they do an explosion. Fair enough. Let's say the Brother Grims are like slightly. They'll be near you. I'm gonna need a dexterity saving check from you, Lou, as you take 14 of fire damage.
You're resistant, remember, bud?
And the Lou Grims
Yeah.
give me
Hell yeah.
21!
Oh, and even the Brothers Grimm succeed.
Damn.
So Brothers Grimm take a quarter?
No, it is all or nothing on the blast damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So none of you take any additional damage. Lou, you just take the initial 14 from the direct hit.
So you take 7, Lou, because you're resistant to fire.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
It's 7.
And this guy is out of range, so he is going to dash down. Was it 80 feet? Yeah, so he's going to dash down all the way to the bottom here, trying to get in range of Lou. And these guys are similarly going to dash down. But while they're doing that, your support comes off cooldown and can be used next round. Alvina, it is your turn as... just Alvina is your turn.
Alvina is my turn. Well, Alvina is going to use the rage that Zormir thankfully inspired me to have.
I'll leave this guy over here preparing.
Nice.
So Alvina rages. She's very, very, very tired, but she just gets a little bit of anger in there.
So you're like a child. I wanted to stay and pet all the rabbits. Damn it! There were rabbits.
No, she's actually powered up by the fact that if she kills everybody here, she gets to keep the rabbits.
Okay.
And more.
But Alvina is going to try something probably stupid. Oh, I have to dash for him, annoyingly, I think. Yeah, I do. Can I try something as part of a dash, or would it be a bit much?
No, I'll allow it. You had time to try and run in while Fade was getting caught.
Okay. Alvina wants to basically try and grab the guy by some of the parts of rock and try to maneuver him to hurl him off the side.
All right, so you want to do a grapple check. You run in and attempt to, like, flying leap, grab, and spin with your momentum to get him off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
With advantage, because angry.
This guy does have athletics, so let's find out
surprised
if you're
not.
true stronger.
26.
26.
And I'm going to... Basically, just beforehand, I'm going to add Fuck You's Bardic Inspiration to it.
All right. Ooh.
Don't even need to.
I'll do it anyway.
Only-
It felt appropriate,
even-
so I'm using it.
Didn't even need it. As you come in, your sheer momentum just takes him off balance as you begin spinning him around, and in a single leap you found your feet and just, with all your strength, hurl him over you as he goes flying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give him a dex save on this chain. try and catch himself.
Hey, fuck you. Do you know what you have? You have your reaction back.
As well, let's see. He rolls a 16 on his dexterity saving throw. Do you believe that will be enough to save him?
Is that taking the -4?
It is
Oh.
not taking into the -4.
Yeah, fair play.
I might not need to.
As a
So-
13.
It's
yeah,
not a
what do you
bad
think?
roll still. It's not a bad roll.
It's not high though.
He got a 13 on the dice.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if we had a cutting words
My-
bard. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
My thought is, yes, do it. Because if it's at worst, it's a 13.
Up to you. Up to you,
That's
buddy.
my thought, at least.
Yeah, I've still got some spells left, so silver barbs.
We don't.
Okay,
Okay.
let's find out. A 6.
That's well. Well, if the
Which
dice
with
is
the
a 3.
-3
It's a
puts
3.
it down to 3.
Yeah, he's gone.
He might fly, but it puts him out of it for a moment at least.
As
might
he
fly.
flies out of distance, he begins to fall. He seems to be attempting to grapple onto the chain, but he vanishes from sight into the darkness until maybe a solid, like at the end of 6 seconds later, you finally see a tug on the chain.
Okay.
He has managed to catch himself, but I am going to burn a legendary resistance to do so.
Sweet.
So
And
he's
he is
used all
going
3?
to... no, he's only used one so
He's
far, so that'll
the-
be the second one.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's 2
okay.
down.
And he is going to have catch himself a decent distance down, so it will take him time to climb back up.
Cool.
But Alvina, that is, I believe, your turn, unless you
Okay.
want to use a bonus action for anything.
And
I think you did rage.
I did rage, yes. That was fine.
Then
Bye, what was his name? I want you to say his actual name.
Smoldress.
Bye, Smoldress! I'll say, like, in Infernal, when I'm grabbing him, basically.
That's fair. You hear him give a screaming grunt of, "Ah! I'll be back!"
You meddling kids!
But Zormir, it is actually no. Let's say at the end of your turn is when he grabs it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Zormir, is your turn.
Mm.
All the royal guards are now suddenly looking down at the party with, even the ones working are suddenly like stalled of like, oh shit.
And that girl just tackled him off the cliff.
That
They're
girl
saying-
just tackled the captain.
And threw
What
him
do we
off
do?
the edge.
What do we do?
I'm the captain now.
Look at me! Look at me!
I am the captain there.
Perfect.
Casting that so I can basically get myself to in level with Alvina with using everything I've got. And sort of trying to make it towards as close to the guy with the cons
Yeah.
that I could with using bonus action dash, movement, and then action dashing.
Oh, I forgot to add this. Fair. Is that your full turn just to dash?
Yeah, because I was like way back here where Abby is, and that's like 30
Yeah,
to get
Zombie
to
was
there, and
really
30
far
to
back,
get
and he's not
to
as fast
halfway
as
up, and then another 30 to get to the front.
That's fair. You do so.
Lair action. Ooh.
All right. As we hit 0. And let me have a look at my Royal Fire Knights. Ooh, which one of these should I do?
I'm curious.
Decisions.
All of the guards on the console, having monetarily distracted, return back to their work with a fervor and a fury, unlike you've ever seen of a guard worker. And suddenly there is a massive pulse of red from down below that lights up the entire cavern just temporarily as the heat in the air begins to rise and rise quicker. Suddenly, you all find yourself a bit of sweat on your head, with the exception of those immune or resistant to fire.
Hooray!
Do I count because of pyromancy?
You still feel a little bit hot.
Okay.
You can control it, but not quite to that extent yet.
Sure.
As I do the lair action, Burning Heat. And I need any creature holding a metal weapon or wearing a metal armor to give me a Constitution saving throw from the sudden rise in heat as it flashes through the room, and you see the walkways begin to glow red. The consoles similarly starting to glow red. Zormir's armor similarly starting to glow red.
I'm gonna use my thing, my inspiration reroll.
Does it count having metal weapons on your belt?
No, I'm gonna go with anything you're holding or wearing.
I am not wearing metal armor, and I am not holding any metal weapons then, because I use both hands to tackle them off the cliff. So.
I'm also going to include anyone on the walkways. So Lugrim, also give me a con save, as suddenly the very metal that you are leaning against and standing on begins to get really, really hot.
That's better.
Yeah, not bad.
Right. Is a DC 15 for those who succeed.
Sometimes being cursed is a good thing.
You do not drop your items. Blah blah. God, how's the spell worded again? The night causes all metal in the lair to rapidly heat. If a creature is holding metal weapon or wearing metal armor, the creature must succeed on blah blah blah. Or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, so I guess it doesn't actually matter. Actually, Zormir, is your armor made of metal? I assume it is.
It's made out of it's
they
basically
take 2d8 fire damage.
A suit
He's a
transfer,
Kevin tinfoil.
even with the 26. Using my.
I'm pretty sure because it's the equivalent of the heat metal spell. I don't think heat metal actually cares if you succeed if you're wearing the armor.
Yeah, if you're wearing it, you just take the damage.
It's why it's so good against armored targets.
Whereas if you're holding a weapon, you take the damage and then you drop it.
My arcane armor, basically, that's made out of normal plate.
It's steel, isn't it? Because you replaced the old mithril one.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are wearing plate, and these guys have heat metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rough.
Your natural enemy.
It really is.
Heat metal spell.
It really is.
The spirit of the forge. Your natural.
So you
enemy.
take 9
Forge.
fire damage, as well as anyone who failed the DC 15 and is holding a metal weapon also takes 9 fire damage and then drops their weapon.
Oh, Gwen.
And anyone who succeeded can optionally choose to drop their weapon without taking the damage.
What kind of armor is Gwent wearing? I think they're
Gwent
wearing plate.
took the 9 damage because he's wearing armor.
Good.
But my shield is wooden, and I don't generally have a weapon in my hand, so.
Oh, cool. I
Pretty
thought you
good
had a
for
mace. I thought you had a mace, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd never use it though because
That's
I've got
fair.
+5, so nothing. It hits
Yeah.
on nothing.
That makes sense, honestly.
It's there for show or a doorstop.
It's a paperweight.
But with
It's there
that,
to make sure the bandages don't fly away.
at the end of the lair action, you can feel a small rumble throughout the cavern as the workers continue to furiously type at their keyboards, and the chain to which the Royal Knight Smoldris is attached begins to shake a little bit, indicating he is climbing back up.
Out of curiosity, what's the chain made of?
It appears to be made of similarly adamantine,
adamantine.
or this
Okay.
red-hued adamantine.
Damn it.
What's the floor
everything
made of?
made of
What's the
adamantine.
floor made of?
The floor
And
is made
also
of obsidian.
adamantine.
Okay. Obsidian's
It's made of
easy to crack.
obsidian.
Obsidian's easy
You
to
can
crack.
attempt to crack off the crane. That's one of the options.
That is my
We'll
thought.
have to find out next week, as that's the beginning combat against the Royal Knight Smoldris for the control of Firestar 45. That is where we're going to end for today.
Hell yeah.
As
That's
you know, it's
cool.
past 9 and people have to get away.
Aw.
That was
Tune
cool.
in next week though for part 46, Firestar 45, part 3. Not
Next
convoluted
time
at
for-
all.
Exactly.
When that guy at the console's going to get a punch in the face from Zarmir for boiling him alive.
Yes, it does occur to you with your immense insight that the guards at the console appear to be controlling the lair actions.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Oh, they're gonna get yeeted.
Out of random curiosity, just for next week's reference, the amethyst dragon sword, since that's made of dragon scale, that's not metal, right?
No, that's crystal.
Cool. Was making 100% sure on that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
But with that, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Tune in next week. Find out is the party able to take control and actually steal this ship, or will this giant beefcake of a royal fire knight decide to just smash them? Since the party's only done 3 damage to him in one whole round.
I threw him off a cliff. It's fine.
You did
Two things can be true.
He is also down to 1 legendary resistance, so
That is true.
Down
its
to
combat
one
might
legendary
actually be a lot
resistance
shorter
in
than
one
expected.
round.
Um,
Yeah.
Do we keep the same initiative?
You will, yes.
Same combat.
Okay, good. Well, I just figured because it's 2 different weeks, we have rolled different initiatives.
That's why we've
That's
lost it
That's
usually.
only if
Just so that we can,
It's not really when there's
Yeah.
other games on and I have to clear.
Yeah.
just so that we can plan. Okay, if I do this in this order and da 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 kind of thing.
When have we planned?
Smoldress is underneath OQ.
We plan things.
I
We were
realized
supposed to
I've
plan
been
for this
vanishes
week.
when
Before we start.
Cheers.
I planned. My plan was split the party and find a map, and we did both of those things. Actually, you know what? So my plan succeeded. What's your plan, Bob?
I gave my plan. I told you
Yeah,
to
actually,
get the
Bob
information.
also got his plan to work, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. We all had good plans and they all succeeded. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm amazed my plan worked, honestly.
I mean,
my plan
my-
was
my
throw the
plan
guy off the
didn't
cliff. And it technically worked.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did all our plans this week work?
No, the polymorph trick
I mean,
didn't work.
mine half worked.
I used
Yeah.
Mind Sliver and it
Work.
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is now off the cliff. So the combo plan we had
Yeah.
worked in theory, just the polymorph.
Yeah.
Polymorph him again when he's down
the
there.
plan has worked.
Polymorph him
Overall-
again when he's down there, just make him have something without arms.
Overall, our plans have all succeeded.
Alright, with that, thank you for watching, thank you for playing. Goodbye and good night.
See
That
ya!
is a good bombshell to end on. Good night. Yeah.
Good night.
This just in: D&D parties plans succeed. Rest of D&D
First
world
time
rejoice.
ever!
For the
First
time in D&D. Yes, this is the Channel
And this is
1
why it's breaking
Evening
news.
News. Welcome to the BBC Evening News. Breaking
Are we out?
news.
Well, I'm sure my
we're
plan
out
for
for
next
that
week's
thing,
We're out.
man.
Cool. We're still on mine. So
definitely my plan for next week's gonna work. I'm gonna go up and punch that guy in the face.
my plan
Hooray.
might or might not work because it's going to be break a chunk of obsidian off and try and get the guy off the cliff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I've got a plan for if he climbs up.
Break the chain.
I'm so sad. It's adamantium. It's almost
No.
certainly not to break. But my thought,
No.
I'm really sad I don't have the gravity well for this fight, by the way, because that would be
No.
very funny. It's like,
You
hey,
spend it
down. Well, I used it. We haven't had a short rest. The short rest come back. But he's
Oh.
just down there. No.
Dang.
Didn't we establish it doesn't work on fire element?
It does.
Well,
It worked on him last time.
Oh, it still reduces their speed to 0. They just aren't
Yeah.
technically prone because they can't technically go
Yeah.
prone
Yeah.
since they aren't technically,
They don't have a
they're
body.
incorporeal flames.
But it doesn't have to make him prone. It has to knock the bastard off the chain.
Yeah. As long as we can loosen his grip in some way.
You work on loosening his grip. I'll try and take the floor out.
Yeah, like pulling him away from the chain makes logical sense at least.
Yeah.
Then the fact that fire technically can't be prone because it's fire.
Yeah.
How long is the chain? Can we just
We haven't checked.
yank it?
You don't know. It goes into the void beneath.
Yeah.
Is
That
it-
is extended beyond dark vision.
Where is
Well-
it anchored to up here then?
The place that Alvina's about to get
crane.
hit.
Yeah, these little like crane, like they're like 5-10 feet tall crane, just attached at the edge of the obsidian. Yes, Alvina's already planning on just chipping away the actual
Yeah.
obsidian.
Yeah, so we just Peregrine took him and knocked the whole
yank
thing
the
off.
tower down.
Alvina's gonna try and do a flashback to episode 1 where she uprooted a giant piece of metal and
That was it was a big
Cannon.
fuck off cannon
it was a giant piece of metal though.
Cannons are
I mean,
metal.
that was
Also-
bolted
also
to the
have-
ground.
It didn't
Metal
stop.
was
Also,
cannon.
have a look just to see if there is a chain release button.
Yeah.
That'll be the smart person's job. That'll be the smart person's job. Alvina's gonna try and uproot the whole thing. Someone else do that.
sorry,
Yeah.
smart person's going to get punched someone in the face.
Okay, the not
but-
Alvina smart person. How about that?
I think it's only you and Fade that can currently read Infernal. Or Primordial, whatever it is.
There'll be a button
Ignorant.
or a lever if there is. But anyway, that's all we got time for. That was awesome, Chris. I loved it. I'm so
Nice.
happy. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Probably. I might take the week off next week. I've said, on account of not having taken a week off in like 3 years. But I will be back for at least Alterra. There'll definitely be that. And Geddon. So, thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Chris, for being an awesome GM. Thanks, players, for being hilarious. See you around. Good night. I can't be asked to do my outro.
No.
Did you say good night?